Are we still missing one?
Hey y'all.
Good evening. I thought it was afternoon, but good
Hey,
evening.
It's very evening.
that's a good question. When does evening and afternoon separate? Like, when does that happen? Because I don't know. I
You
think is
know,
it 3? Because in my mind it's like 3 to 4, but I don't know if that's true.
yeah, I think it's
I
around
think
4.
I was thinking 5 p.m. I usually start saying good evening to people at 5.
Okay, but what's the standard time? Like, not when
I'm
you
gonna
say
Google
it,
it.
but when everybody else says it.
I'm about to Google it. Y'all know I'm about to Google it.
I was gonna say
Oh.
y'all know Google will tell us.
What time does evening start? 6 to 9, y'all. Early later. Oh, here go
Oh
Ray.
wait, I thought I knew. I guess I
All
didn't.
Evening is
right,
6
now we
to
got four.
9. Chelsea, what you about to clap because you was wrong,
Hey,
sis?
I was about to dance, but I guess
There
that
you
would be
go,
awkward
Charles.
because I was wrong.
Wait, let's ask Ray.
No,
Ray,
but you.
what time do evening start?
yeah, I think it is 6 because dinner is at 7.
Yep. It's 6.
Dinner, when is supper? What time is supper?
Supper
You
is
don't
a
eat
late dinner, so about 8.
We
You
sound
know
like
we
old
don't eat
women.
Oh,
dinner.
Supper.
I've
Yeah,
never
we
had
do.
these
We just
things. I
call it
just wanted to
lunch.
know.
Right.
Brunch, I've had a million times.
Right. How y'all doing today?
I'm
This Monday
okay.
is Monday,
Is
I've
it?
been really busy trying to get it together still.
let's get there from my
It's
glasses.
slow. It's kind of slow Monday. I have to admit.
Those are kind of nice though. Slow Monday.
Yeah, I don't know if it was slow in a good way though.
Mm.
I would say.
As we're sitting here, I just realized that there was something really important on my to-do list that I forgot today. So I'm trying not to do
Oh,
it on live.
Mm.
I'm not gonna do it. I'll get it done.
How do you do it?
It's fine.
Well, I guess
the
we can go ahead
processing.
because the people, they want
That
to
was
hear.
good, Chels. Yay.
I can hear. You said what?
So that was good shifting, Chels.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I guess we're here to talk about this is a part 2. Now we put a little spin on this part 2 here. And I guess Chelsea, what's the topic today? It's life
Told you
partner. I got
Monday
time
has
for this,
this
but she's still
Monday
in her
has
kitchen.
something
So I
that
give her a second. She need about 7 minutes, and she'll be back to us. Okay, life partner or nah? That's the topic for today.
I don't know
it
if
is
it was
Miss
really that, but I kind of like that little life partner and all because I was like, life partner. Is it the case of settling for less? No, the case is it worth it or not? That's what I said, and then I
Yeah, I couldn't
backpedaled
think
a
of
little
it.
bit.
I
Is it
couldn't
worth it or not?
supposed to be and y'all were making PB and J's and stuff. So
From
From
And
scratch.
scratch.
from
from
scratch,
scratch
yes.
for my child. Yup, they trying
That's
to
good
come for me.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
me.
No.
She over there
Yes.
eating good. Shoot.
By any means necessary, huh, Chelsea?
Period. Period.
That's how she eats.
Anyway,
You know. So
Hmm.
yeah, life partner or not? Yes, Chelsea.
Now she put the big old dog on her lap with an
Sorry, I say
attitude.
yes because yes. Make sure y'all share it to your platforms, and please, if you're watching, we have some people watching. Please share it to your um Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Y'all still be twittering? Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them.
I never got the
I'm trying to figure
Um,
concept.
out, do you go to the page or the profile?
for who?
Me.
Oh yeah, you just go to the squad and then you share. But you can
yeah.
add your Facebook on here. I told y'all that before.
Yeah, I don't know how to
And
do the
Chelsea was making her
Facebook.
PB and J.
From scratch. Yeah.
All right, guys. So what are we talking about? We're talking about
We already said life partner or not.
right, and I
Or
was gonna like
no.
elaborate, right, of
Mm-hmm.
like how this ties into what we were talking about 2 weeks ago and some not so cute parts about the single life, right? Aside from, not having a partner, but then also the not so cute parts about having a partner, right? Because it ain't always cute. And there's a lot of other stuff that's associated with it, like tax benefits or lack thereof, or people making assumptions about you. So we're gonna get into all that stuff today.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. In the description, we said this on purpose in the description. Let's chat about being single and not just the superficial part of it, like the relationship part of it, but let's chat about the the more holistic part of being single, right? So
Made
yeah.
up a word.
What?
What you think, Kay? Let's start us out. What you think about it?
Child, look. You already said the tax
child,
benefits.
look.
That's my biggest one right now is filing as a single woman. These taxes,
Head of household.
head of household, these taxes be eating your tail up. And it's either sink or swim when it comes to that. Like, you really have to be able to hold your own when it comes to like the taxes. And so what I mean by hold your own is, are you investing? Like, are you purchasing things that are gonna reward you at the end, like give you write-offs and all of those things, right? So I think that's the single part of me.
I came to ask you, did you want to go to the
That makes me a little weary, like it's not fair, right? But then there's the other part where it's just like being single has been cool for me right now, right? Like I get to do what I want to do. I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to check in. I don't have to cater to anybody's emotions. I don't have to regulate my own, right? Not in a relationship. And so not in that kind of a romantic relationship. So yeah, those are my takes on it. Why don't we get the benefits as family even though we're single? That's my problem. Let us know, Biden. What's up? That's how I feel.
Come on, baby B.
That boy said, "Hey, yo, Biden."
Yo, Biden.
Right, and even with like cell phone plans, like Verizon, how come I can't get the family plan as a single person? And what I mean, like, why can't we get those benefits of being a family even though we single? I think I said to y'all, like, why can't I get why you gotta be buy four get one free? Why can't it
Now-
just why can't I just get the discount?
Girl.
Are we specifying single, no children, single with children?
Well, I mean,
It's
I
no
guess that
specification.
depends on-
It's talk about your experience and whatever you see on the other experience.
there you go.
Well, I guess that's my point, right?
We
I
talking.
like Kay's.
We talking. Yeah, we just talk. We talking.
You ain't always had kids, right?
I haven't always had a child, but
Come on, clarification.
A child, not get it right.
I haven't always had children. But I've never also made grown-up money. We'll just say that before. And so prior to having a child and being where I am in terms of like my career, none of this stuff I didn't really think about it. Probably because I wasn't mature enough to think about it. And I was thinking about going out on the weekends with my friends and doing cute stuff and vacations and blah, 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 which is still a priority. But I just like, I never owed anything with taxes. I didn't make enough money. I didn't really understand it. Right now that I'm in a position to where for the longest, my child's not that old yet, but for a decent amount of time, I was getting some tax breaks for having her, and also just like having some other assets to where like, oh, okay, it works out in my favor. And from a tax perspective, now that I make grown-up money, I don't get like, and I mean, you can say this for like a 2-family household, you can say this for a single family household, but like you get like no breaks whatsoever. Like, so even me right now as a single person with a child, like taxes are not kind to me. I owe this year a lot. But then also like there is no assistance anywhere. Like you're middle class, upper middle class, like you don't get any type of breaks. You don't get, like Kay was saying, the family plan deals or whatever with the cell phones. Insurance is a lot. I pay through my employer, but it's a lot, right? Especially when you add a little one. And I'm still, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. What are other thoughts? I'm not just here to complain.
Well, I think that's to the point of where we're going. I think when we're talking about settling is kind of you weigh. I think settling or not settling, you have to weigh the pros and cons of being single, and some of those cons are things like tax benefits or things like I mean, I guess you can, even if you get married and your husband died, because women, we're scientifically bound to live longer. Your credit score lowers once your husband dies, and no one tells you that until your husband dies.
Really?
And you're like,
You
what's
would know.
going on?
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
had the displeasure of telling a lot of widows this, but yeah, there's no finance, taxes, and the states and finances aren't really, it's a con to be single. They're not promoting singleness at all. They're
Right.
like be fruitful and multiply like God. So that's a con. That's a con to being single, and that's also a settlement. That's you're settling for those type of things.
It is
But
messed up because being single can be really great.
oh,
Like we talking about some negatives, but it's nice having your own space. And like
and
Kay
then we
was
talk
saying,
about the emotional side. Go ahead, yeah.
hmm well, I want to hear from Ray first because I don't want to go on the soapbox. Y'all say I talk too much. So go ahead, girl.
And
Oh
do.
gosh. Oh,
Indeed.
well, see, I'm at a point where I'm coming into the, what do you call it, adult money, I don't know, the
It's
singleness. I've been
in
single.
your
However,
bag.
for me, this is just, this is the way it is. I haven't known anything else. Um, I wasn't taught about it. So for me, it's like, this is normal. I don't have children. I don't know what it's like to get a tax break on, for having a child. I'm not claiming nobody's kids. So I don't know. For me, it's just until I'm able to see it, I won't know for sure what that really feels like. And I think, Kay said it earlier perfectly, like you don't know until you see it, until you experience it. I'm not affected by it because I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah. And that's the
I'm affected
financial
by it.
aspect of it, right? You're saying,
Right.
yeah.
Hmm.
Right. The financial aspect for sure. When it comes to the emotional side, like I enjoy not having to check myself just because I need to cater to your feelings. I enjoy coming home to my own four walls and walking around the way I want to walk around. I enjoy my peace and quiet. I
So
I
nice.
enjoy those things. Um, and then there's certain aspects of singleness or head of household um, that I think maybe are beneficial because, for instance, you have a single mother with a child who has an iPad, Disney Plus on their phone bill, and for me, I'm paying $75 for just my one bill. So, that's beneficial for me.
Mm-hmm.
But they get it for free.
No.
No, you get
Oh,
for Verizon, I think it's you get the first 6 months free or the first year free of Disney Plus, and then it's added on to your phone bill. So no, I'm
So
okay.
what it is what they did was when they had the bundle of Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu, they
Mm-hmm.
had it for you know what? It's still actually I think I'm still paying $6 or $7 for all three of those. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You
Yes.
get a break.
Shout out to Verizon. I probably
You
would
get a
have had
break if
that.
you got a family plan.
You said what now?
So you get a break if you have a family plan.
But they offer that to the individual phone lines as well.
Yes, I
But I
know.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's
I
an
don't know nothing
additional
about no
cost.
single phone bill because I'm on my mama plan because no.
Now
No.
I kind of have a family plan because my daughter has an iPad. Would that be? It has its own phone line,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so I guess I have a
Yep.
family plan. But I'm paying a pretty reasonable amount, I will say. Now, but it's crazy because when it was just me on my phone by myself, like I'm not paying much more now than what I was when it was me by myself. Like I was paying like over $100
Mm-hmm.
with just me, no iPad.
Mm-hmm.
So like it is kind of messed up. Like you're still not really saving, right? With just you being by yourself. That's
Yeah,
how they
and then
get
you add other devices, Apple Watch. The child grows up, they need a cell phone because you want to call them.
you.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what gets me though? When
Pick
you
it up.
don't have kids, like why? Because I'm single, do I have to have children? Or
that's
when you
fine.
gonna find a husband? Half past
Mhm.
never. Maybe I don't want one. Like why? That's probably the biggest the most annoying part for me of being single is like people asking me the when. Because do you think if we knew, we probably would already have achieved it, right? Like if I was
Like
gonna
it's a
have a
formula.
husband, he would have been had
Yeah,
already,
for sure.
right?
Funny
You
thing
know what I'm
about
gonna
that
start
is
doing? I'm gonna start giving people random dates. Like, ask me. Like, let's play it out. Somebody
Yes.
ask me.
that's good.
Ask me.
I
And when
really
we gonna
like
have
that.
kids?
I'm gonna have my first one March of 2025.
We actually already do this as a friend group, but okay.
No,
No, but
that's
like when
different.
I'm randomly, no, I'm not. We be like, oh, manifesting. I'm getting
Yeah.
married here. No, when your auntie or your cousin or your friend or somebody asks you, when you gonna have kids? I'm gonna give them a date.
And then they're gonna be looking at you like you crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get asked that.
No, not yet. Turn 30, baby.
I'll
Give
tell
it
you
a
the
couple years.
the
Yeah.
only person that has asked me when am I going to have a child has been my OBGYN. And for me, you trying to get a check.
Oh,
That I promise y'all, that has
You
been
think
the
it's because
only
they're trying
person
to
that
get a
has asked
check?
me. I think so.
Sometimes I think it depends on your OB though, because mine, we ain't gonna get in my business, but she don't want. I don't know if she want me to have kids or a husband. She don't really talk about it like she want me to.
I've never had an OB ask me those
mine's like
questions.
dance around it, like, oh, just so your uterus can stay healthy in case you want kids. It's like, I want kids, lady.
Right. And
Does
I
she?
love him to death. He's super
Oh, you got a heat.
informational.
You got a
Yes.
man.
I have a black older
Jesus.
man. Yes.
Older?
And I stick by him.
Still.
Absolutely. Y'all know how I feel.
Stick by that black man.
We do, boo. We do.
No, but it has literally only been him. And I respect it. Not saying that he's saying that, for a check only out of me, but I really do feel like, he's ready for the next phase for me. And I'm like, sir, give me one of your doctor friends, nephews, little cousins or something. Then we
A
can have that
son?
conversation.
You got a son?
Or son too, but
If he's a good one.
cousins, friends, aunties, uncles, I don't get that question.
Now listen, you said you had a black man going in your business. Now let's talk
hold
about
on now.
this.
Hold on now. My gynecologist, when I delivered my child, was a young black man. And he was so fun. So fun. He met my whole family. Oh my gosh. Dr. Glover. I'm going to put him out there.
Danny Glover? Is he related to?
What's his first name? Richard? I don't think so. I didn't ask. I don't think I knew who Richard
Don't put the
was.
man's name on the internet.
Shouldn't put it up
That's
there.
not nice.
He's a doctor.
Oh man.
All I'm saying is I had a.
That's who delivered your baby. I would hope a black GYN man would deliver my baby. Praise God. But she said this is her, this is her person, her yearly person, through in and out, thick and thin, been with you all the way in,
It's a man.
What's wrong with that, Lynn?
I don't know if I would be comfortable with. I know I would not be comfortable with that.
Why
I
not?
would not be comfortable with that. I don't know.
That's
I think it's fascinating that you are.
I mean, I get it because I feel like, never mind.
If I could find a female, then I would for sure go to a female. I would give it a shot, but I mean, I've been with him for so many years at this point, so now it's like,
no, I don't think
honestly,
it's
that's
nice.
how
I don't think it's weird. I think I'm weird for it. I'm just like, okay. Like,
I kind of feel that way about like younger OBs though. Like, I don't want a young person in my business. Like,
I
you don't know,
I love young people.
I have enough experience to be down here.
Actually, my new gyno he's a young Asian man, and he is so fun. He is fun. He's like, y'all don't even worry about that. I'm like, okay.
Y'all got these man down in y'all unmentionables.
Young Asian man. Sorry, guys.
Young Asian man.
Oh, really?
And he has
Why
like
not
500
Asian, though?
reviews on the internet, and they're all like 5-star. Like, he's the business.
I mean, I'm not knocking these races. Yay for the year.
The race didn't matter. It's the fact that he's a young man. I like
it's the maleness of this that's getting me. Like,
so let me ask y'all this. We way off topic, but now I gotta know.
While y'all down there? Yeah,
I gotta know.
Like, I have conversations with mine.
Y'all don't look by race?
Yes,
I look by race.
Okay, because she said
no.
No.
I definitely look by race. I look,
My
and
mama
this is for
found
any
mine.
type
I
of
got my mama found my lady.
anything. I prefer
don't
someone
know.
that is older, black. I try to lean towards the women. However, I feel like some areas I would rather have a man's perspective on it. When it came to my lady parts and my annuals, actually it's his practice, and he has a daughter that works under him. They're like top 5 in Alabama, and I ended up with him, and I've been stuck with him. I'll meet his daughter one day, maybe.
Stick
Yeah,
to
I
I don't know.
definitely look by race. I look by age, and I look by sex. Because I need me an old black woman.
I need somebody
granny.
I'm
Now
extremely.
they have an old. I had 2 old white ladies, and they were both amazing, but they both retired. So
Yeah, my
Yeah.
favorite doctor retired. Oh, if I could just like go back and just have her deliver my babies. You
I need
know,
like a good middle-aged
whatever
person,
year after that I was gonna have them.
like a solid like 10 years in the field, 10 to 15, maybe 20 years in the field. Still got a little spunk to you. You know, you like to talk to me. We like to have a good time. You know, while you're in my business, I always tell the doctor and the nurse in the room, like, please distract me. I hate this. And it could be any procedure. Like I can be giving blood or doing whatever. And I'm
Having
like,
a
let's
baby.
talk. Having a baby. Well, I wasn't really
Love
talking
Maggie.
through the delivery.
I'm sure
It
you
was
was like, oh,
they were just trying to get me to breathe. I was just
Sound
breathing.
bite.
Yes. Not normal. Anyway, I don't know. So I also search by like gender, age, and race. And I tried to find a black person. That's always like my first choice. But I also have to look at, because I have had some black people who just haven't been my favorite. I haven't felt the most comfortable with them. I've had a couple of experiences like that, and I don't think it was anything had to do with their race. I think it was just like they just weren't the doctor for me. And so I also heavily weigh in reviews. And so I like to see what other people are saying about this. So I scour the internet for reviews for these people. And then I give it a shot. Yeah. And so I think I just kind of stumbled upon this man because he accepted my insurance. He was within 10 minutes of my house. And the internet said great things. I'm like, skip it. Let me just try.
That's another one. They got to be close.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like
But I did
proximity.
settle on that when I picked my primary care doctor because she was an old black lady.
I have to meet them.
With
Like I
great
have to get a feel for you because like I have to tell you like this is my thing. Like I have full on conversations with my person while she's doing the thing. Like y'all be talking to these men while they down there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Just questions, you know.
About everything.
Most people like to know. Yeah, it's how we become more connected, exposing the unknown. I don't know
Interesting.
about men going down there.
See, we
I
just
need
talk
somebody
about
who I feel like is my mama. That's like for even my orthodontist, like he act like my daddy, and I like it. Like I need that. You better wear that Invisalign, Kay. Yes, sir. I will not wear it as long as you want me to, but I will wear it. You know, I need that.
See, I don't need that because I need gentle parent. I need y'all seen the TikTok, the gentle parenting. My parents don't practice that, so I need these other people to practice that. Like, oh, Lynn, did you remember to pick up your? I did remember to pick up my prescription. Great job. You know what, Linda? Thank you. Having a good
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
This is what single women talk about now that we're on for 10, 15
Should we get back on track? Oh my God.
should. Y'all talk about y'all lady friends.
Okay, so
you know what race talking about?
I have.
What?
This people like these conversations. If y'all need some recommendations, let us know because we clearly got our doctors. Even though we're in
different areas, please secure your OB, your PCP, your orthodontist, your definitely your dentist
practitioner.
Yeah.
Get a dentist, a therapist. It would be also helpful. A chiropractor.
I do prefer a man dentist.
Let me throw in too. If it's mentioned at all, religion beliefs, I look for that as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because my ortho is Christian. Like they play Christian music all day and night.
Yep,
for sure.
same.
You know, so I look for that as
A
well.
lot of dental offices do.
No, I didn't know that.
They
The
are
last
like
three I've been to
Christian
do.
days.
I did not know
Oh.
that.
Yeah,
It might
never
be a
experienced
thing. It might be a thing. But yeah.
I think, and I also think that they're trying to mix it up a little bit more in the offices. Because my dentist now, he does play Christian music, but not all Christian. It's a lot of like
Maverick.
you're gonna hear me roar, like that. What's that music called? Positivity
Pop
music.
music.
Like
Yeah.
pop?
Is that pop?
Pop 40s?
No, positivity.
Top
It's
40.
not always pop. Sometimes it's rock,
Inspirational.
sometimes it's country. I said positivity.
Inspiration, same difference. I'm gonna mute myself, guys. My dog is eating a grape.
So bossy. Anyway, so there she goes. So now that we
Did y'all see the smirk?
told the people, yeah, 'cause she knew she wasn't supposed to be doing that.
Bombastic side.
What they need. Okay, so back to the topic, y'all. Being single, life partner or nah. The pluses, the positives and negatives to life partnership. So we talked about like tax break.
We done lost Kay.
How? And then why was your hand up?
Sometimes when I'm in session with my clients, I put my hand up and be like, call on me, please. I have something to say.
Oh,
Even though
good,
they're
'cause I thought that was like the white lady shut up pen. Like,
no. That was
y'all
me
remember
saying
the
I
old,
have
y'all remember the old talk to the hand? That's what y'all
That's definitely what that looked like.
I'm sorry,
Talk to
people
the
out
hand
there.
because the face don't
I am not
understand.
talking. I was just like, hey, call on me. That's it.
Let's hear from you,
Yeah,
Chelsea.
like to hit
I wanted
the
to
hell.
piggyback off of
Yeah.
Kay's perspective before we got into our conversation about our business, our wuhas, whatever we want to
Sorry
call
about
them. We should just really call them by their name.
Girl, go ahead.
Okay. No, so like you talked about like the judgment of like people like when you're gonna have kids, when you're gonna get married, blah blah blah. And for me, I did experience that pre-baby, mainly from my mother. If you're watching, hey, she's like, so I need a grandkid. I'm like, you got a son. Nonetheless, who's older? Nonetheless, I get a lot of assumptions that I am married, and that feels quite heavy for me. I'm more used to it now than I was like, I don't know, earlier in my life. But so like I oftentimes am in spaces with coworkers, school for my child, or just in general, like they see me with a kid or they see like me and her dad have a really positive relationship. They either just assume that we're married or people just assume, hello, beautiful child. Or people just assume that I'm married. And I remember I used to feel really insecure about that. And I would feel like I had to correct people because everybody else around me was married. Like everybody would talk about like their husbands and da 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 da. And I desire marriage. But that has just never been in the cards for me for various reasons until, at any points in my life. And it is quite, I don't think anybody means harm by it. But then I also think like, I mean, you can look and see on my hand that like I don't have a ring on. I never say my husband, da 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 da. I'm always like insert child's name's dad, right? And so I just think that either people are just not paying attention, they're inconsiderate, or they're being nosy.
You know what I think it is? I think it's what we said earlier. I think it's more so like that is what our country is built on, like that kind of foundation, right? So having the perfect American family, the husband, the wife, the kids, the blah, 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 right? And so I think that sometimes those people, y'all know what people, just don't think and they just say something, but you don't typically hear that from Black people.
No.
Honestly, I've never been asked by a Black person like, is that your husband? Or
never. I never really realized that until just now. Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it's a white person thing. And I think that's because that's the American way. And I don't think people are doing it because they're trying to be offensive or like be nosy or anything. I think that they just don't process the fact that sometimes, Black women don't always be married with kids.
Or people in general.
Now, I've gotten asked about kids from Black people.
No. I'm not saying that Black people don't ask about kids, but like what Chelsea was speaking on, like being in public with your baby daddy and your daughter and people assuming that y'all married.
Or
Oh, I
just
got
being in public with my child. Like I get it. Like sometimes I'll show people like people who I work with or whatever, like, hey, this is my daughter, yada yada. And like at random times, either in that moment or at other times, they're like, oh yeah, what do you and your husband got going on this weekend or whatever, you know? And it's just
That's my business.
Basically,
mm-hmm.
you know, I was
That's a
at
nice,
the
sweet response.
People assume I have kids in the same way too, and they don't assume I have a husband, but they do ask me about my kids. Like they'll go, "Oh, you
Really?
have children, right?" And it's like, "No, I don't have kids. It's just me. I don't even got a
Wow.
dog." But
I went
thanks
to
for your
lunch with
assumption.
a group of guys 2-3 weeks ago, and it was 3 of them, one of me, of course, so 4 of us, and all of them like faced me and were like, "So, Kenedra, do you have kids?" No. Now I've been working here for 3 years. They don't know this stuff. Do you have kids? No. Are you engaged? No. Oh, you don't even have a boyfriend? No. Like, why can't I just
You
be
don't
single?
even? As
Why
if
can't I
being
be
single
single?
is like a horrible thing.
Wait a minute, it gets better. Then they said, well, do you plan on being in a relationship? Like, are you not looking? Are you not interested? Right? Can I be single? Like, is there something wrong with being alone?
It's the unknown.
Yeah.
It's almost like people are uncomfortable with your singleness, right?
Mhm.
Like the fact that like you are okay, like you're thriving without a partner,
Yeah.
or that you're dating around and you're exploring your options.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not always the
Be, I
most.
mean, to play devil's advocate, because I mean, not saying you aren't, but are you fully and like to live at your full capacity? Are you thriving without a partner? Because
I'm gonna go ahead
I
and say no. Even though I'm
Really?
saying all of this stuff, I'm gonna say no. The reason me and my ex used to talk about it all the time. He used to be like, "Oh, you do so well for yourself. You know, you make so much money, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't need this." And like doing well for yourself isn't like the end of the happiness, right? You still need a partner, you still want kids, you still want, I mean, if that's your thing, right? And I do, I still want kids, I still want a life partner. So no, it's not like so I agree with you. I said all that to say I agree, Lynn.
How do you define thriving though? Why can't you thrive? Like, because what you're talking about is like these are things that I still desire.
I don't think that it's not considered thriving. So I'm not going to say that, but I do think that it's not total happiness. Not to say that that's going to bring more happiness. It's not what I desire, right? Like I desire a little bit more.
But
I
even
think
past desires, like when I say that, like I didn't make a statement. I generally ask that question because I play devil's advocate with it all the time. But what I think we in this culture have done is we played up the independence thing, but then we also play up the, oh, I want my soulmate thing, and a lot of that comes with being with a partner. And like I get like we have, it's just it goes back to like how we're supposed to live, or how it's supposed to go, and what we want to do and what we're supposed to do with our lives. And I don't think we're supposed to spend them alone. So that's why my opinion is that way. But then it's kind of like people are horrible. I
I
love
mean,
people, but they are horrible. So then single might be the way. But go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I think my answer to your question would be yes, because individually, man or woman, we should be able to find and create that complete happiness within ourselves, even before connecting and building that relationship with the next person. Because when you're single, I've heard it put this way: a single individual is a whole individual.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not even, y'all get it. It's a whole individual. So you have to be happy. You have to be financially stable. You have to be emotionally stable. You have to be stable across the board before you should get to that point to say we're happy or we're creating what happiness looks like for the both of us. So my answer would be yes. And yes, I agree with Kay as well. Like we desire more, but I'm happy where I am. I'm perfectly fine where I am.
Yeah. Well
So,
said.
yeah.
Definitely well said.
So I think it's work on
So
you
let me ask
first.
y'all this then. You first, Ray.
Okay.
If you were to die today, would you be okay? God forbid, because
Look, please don't take me right now.
take the love of my life, don't take the love of my life. Okay, but if you were to
Yes.
pass away today, would you be okay with everyone being like, she worked hard, she educated herself, she just never got married and had no kids?
Yes.
Why would they put it like that?
They wouldn't, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea.
I'm just saying.
if-
Why,
if-
who would put
Not
it like
wouldn't,
that?
but, like,
not
that would
literally,
that's
but
the story though. That's the story.
that would be the story, and I would be okay with that because even in that, there's more to it. You know what I'm saying? There's more smaller points that led to she worked hard. Why did she work hard? How did she work hard? Who did she work hard for? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would be okay with that.
I don't know if I would be. What about y'all? The rest of y'all?
no, but it don't have nothing to do with kids or a man. It's more like it don't it needs to read something. It don't read enough now. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
So are you striving for the more that it should read then?
I guess so, because I've never thought about it until she asked that question. But when she said that, my mind didn't go. Well, I did think like, oh, do I want it to say she had X many kids and she leaves this kid behind and the husband for this many you do. I don't care about none of that stuff. I want to see what I don't like reading eulogies. That's weird. But when I read the eulogies, I enjoy the story of the person's life, and
Yeah.
I do enjoy the love stories when they have them in there. But my life hasn't. Ooh, this sounds cliche. This the Holy Spirit. It hasn't touched enough people yet. Like my eulogy wouldn't. I didn't work hard. Like I got degrees in some corporation jobs. I got a resume and some degrees. That's all gonna be on my eulogy.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna actually, you ain't gotta write the eulogy if I die. Put my resume and put 2 prints of them degrees and them certificates and all them whatever else as I got. If I it don't say enough. It don't say
Bio,
the employee. Yeah, give me the employee of the month, them top sales awards I got. Like that ain't no
Yeah,
eulogy.
but who's to
I ain't
say
got no
that
eulogy.
throughout your journey of getting your multiple degrees, your corporate jobs, that you haven't touched those people?
I guess what she's trying to say is how you say that. You know,
I'm not saying no.
How do you
I'm saying what Ray is saying. It ain't gonna read nothing.
I guess I'm struggling with your response right now because that's a you. I feel like
That's a you problem.
that's a you thing. You said that's what I told my
I
client.
agree.
I don't
I
feel held
agree.
at all in this
Whatever.
conversation.
I
Therapy
agree
is not
too.
meant to. I'm not supposed to
For
tell you what you
record.
want to hear. I guess I feel like it's a you problem, and
For sure.
that's like you have touched
Ain't
people.
we
You just
asking
hold
me
on.
about my opinion?
Absolutely, but
Yeah.
I guess I'm saying like we're talking about like eulogies and what you want people, what you want the world to know about you based off of like your eulogy, as if you haven't touched people's lives, as if you haven't made a difference. And I'm like, girl, you're downplaying yourself so much right now. You are not
I agree with that.
not just your accolades.
I think what she's saying
I agree with
is that she
that.
hasn't lived out her purpose.
I agree with that.
That's understandable.
Basically, in the most cliche of senses, yeah. Because I'm not downplaying my accolades. What I'm saying is, when she's asked that eulogy question, my mind went to if it said she had this man and these kids, blah blah blah, and then I banterly went on to say, if I really would die today, all I really got is this resume and these degrees that y'all put on this eulogy. I mean, not literal Chelsea, but for real, if it's saying that, that's what I was thinking. But I'm a stuff.
So while Lynn was talking, I was thinking this. Because y'all know how I feel about generational wealth. And so the whole point, I feel like what I'm doing and where I'm working so hard is so that my children will be blessed and wealthy, and so that their children will be blessed and wealthy, and so that we can break the cycle of poverty within the community that I create. So I can't do that if I don't have no kids, and I can't have no kids if I ain't got no man. So
Well, technically you can.
then what's the purpose? Like,
I mean, with AI
get
coming
that.
out, you never know what you'll be able to do in 5 years.
You can have a child without a man. I'm just saying you can't.
I
Okay,
definitely get
well, no, you can't, but you can have one without a relationship with the man.
right.
Oh,
Right.
let me touch on
And
this.
I get
But do
what
you
you're
know
saying.
that there's a study that there are lower black males that you can pick from if you were to go that route to have
Yeah,
a
there
baby on
is.
your own? Yeah, I just wanted to put
And
that
then when you
statistic
start
out there.
getting into genetics and you start getting into the numbers is slim. We had a comment.
Wait, hold on. Ray has something to
Ooh, I
say.
forgot people was
Yeah, I
watching
wanted
us.
to touch on what Kay was saying. Who are you doing it for? If you don't have kids, if you don't have men to make the kids, yada 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 yada. I asked myself that, and for me, like, I'm working hard at this point for my niece because I don't have the children, I don't have the man to create. So at this point, whatever Ray has, that's an asset, is going to go to her. And I even had a discussion with a family member, and they're like, "Why would you not want to go to your parents?" Well, my parents have lived.
Period.
Not to say that my sister or she's not leaving anything for her child, which I'm sure she is, but I want to add to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I die today, like you said, or tomorrow, whatever, I want all that stuff to go to her because it's going to encourage, or what is this? The generational wealth, those curses, those boundaries, all of that could be added to my niece's life, I would like to help with removing. And for me, I mean, hey, so be it. Going over there, let everything go to her. Why go to my parents? Not in a negative way, like I'm ungrateful or unappreciative. However, you've worked hard, so I don't have to. So let me work hard so she doesn't have to.
You're speaking on something that's good, and that's we as Black people, we're in our feelings about cash and money and finances. What she's talking about is being strategic over what we've had to do, what we do in like a title. We're so title driven as Black people, like, oh, you got to do this because it's your mom. No, you don't feel guilty about that. However, you plan to be strategic with your funds after you pass, that's a way of doing that. And I think we need to be, as Black people, more led on being strategic with our funds after we leave. And even while we're here, we need to be strategic buying.
Oh, for sure. Beneficiaries, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, even down to how much Starbucks you get in a month.
Let's address this comment. It came through again.
Something about a husband I seen.
Sorry to cut y'all off there.
Dominic Lambert says, but does a husband and kids make your life complete? I think that's subjective.
According to the government, it does.
That's what we were talking about earlier, right?
No, I don't think it makes your life complete. I think there's multiple layers that creates a whole life, right? Because you can have a husband and kids and be miserable and be in an abusive relationship and be unhappy. Y'all can be it could be a mess, right? But
you can have husband and kids just for the paper.
Just for the paper, just for
living your best life, and they over there in a whole nother house.
And so that's another thing that I think that I had to think about that took me down from my insecurity when people would ask me like, oh, is that your husband? Are you married? Yada yada. And I would look at all these people around me and I'd be like, oh, but they're married, and I feel some type of way. I would feel really insecure and uncomfortable. And then I would think about like, okay, Chelsea, like I don't know any of their business. I don't care to know any of their business. But every person, just because they appear happy, just because they appear as unit, doesn't mean that I know what's going on, that that they have a healthy lifestyle. What I have in my life right now is not what I desired to have. It's not, the story did not work out in the way that I wanted it to, but it's really healthy. And I'm so grateful for that, right?
And honestly, that goes with kids too. Because you can have kids and they can have behavioral disabilities, they can have physical disabilities, and that's a lot. And some people are not built for that. Let's be honest. Like, it's nice to be like, oh, I love my kids so much, I blah, blah, blah. But everybody not built for that disability lifestyle. Like, there are people who find out that their kids, or want to find out that their kids are disabled just so that they don't have to birth them. Like, so do kids make your life complete? Absolutely not. And these kids be bad these days. Y'all be raising some bad kids. Wow.
Yeah, and I think every relationship, and especially like romantic relationship or husband relationship, it's a risk in itself. So it could discomplete your life. Like Ray said, you come into a relationship as a whole person, you might leave as a half. Like you never know if you get to leave. Some people don't get to leave. So I think it's it's a how you want to live and direct your life is if it makes it complete or not. And also, please don't look at other people. I've discovered half these men on these dating sites, not even half, 85% of these
90.
males are 90 are already in a relationship.
Or
90.
married.
Yeah.
Married with
healthy.
kids. Married with
Mhm.
kids. So if they had to answer your question, their life clearly isn't incomplete.
And then she
Yeah.
said, well, of course, but as far as you dying without them, I'm gonna go ahead and say no, still no, they don't make it complete. Because he might be the
Yeah.
one to kill you. Ooh.
Yeah.
Kids
Yeah,
too.
my answer's still my answer.
Kids too be killing their parents these days. So
Y'all hear
Isn't
about
that
little boy suing
crazy?
his mama because she wouldn't get him, I think some probably
Robux or something like that, right?
Roblox books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Killed his
Mhm.
mama. Chitty chitty bang bang.
Yeah.
That makes me think about like what are the dynamics going on at home?
Really?
How did said child get to that point, right? Not that that's an excuse to kill a person. I just get curious about how did you get from
I
point
believe
A
there
to
was some
point B?
mental issues.
We
And
ain't talking about
but the
that right
point
now. We
is,
talking
Or
about the
some
point is,
abuse.
issue though.
did that make her life complete?
Or
Was it?
abuse.
I mean, Lord Jesus, this is bad. But for real, like we everybody think about the marriage and the kids and the da. What about Tracy Ellis Ross? She said, if a man can come into my life and make it more better than it is now, come on. But don't come into this life and bring it down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She made her life
That's
complete.
really good, right? Like that is literally the mantra at this point. Like if you
Mhm.
can slide up over here.
Yeah, don't come here with these problems. That's what you guys are saying. I've set my life at a standard. I can come in and do this and do that. Let's not come in and.
I have a question. Do you guys feel like you get I don't know, labeled as like mean or bitter or insert negative word or whatever from a man or whomever when you articulate what you do and do not want, right? And so, for example,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Well, she was
Oh my
serious.
gosh.
That girl said
Yes.
can we
Sorry.
talk about it? Can we talk about it? Because I'm in a space where in my dating life where I am becoming more clear about what I do and do not want, and I'm saying it and articulating it way earlier than what I would have in the past, right?
Mhm.
Dominica's like, yes.
Yes.
But I find myself sometimes second guessing myself or like almost wanting to like apologize or feeling bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, am I the problem? Going way back to our first event.
do I want
Like,
too much?
yeah, like are my expectations unrealistic or is it just like I want what I
No.
want and people don't like it when a woman is standing firm in what she wants and saying you're not it.
Yeah.
Because they don't like that.
I don't care. So I really can't answer that. I don't know. I really don't care. Like I said what
But
I
it's not a
said.
matter of caring or not. It's like, I guess I'm wondering, like, I'm assuming we all experience this, right? I clearly feel some
Oh
type of way.
yeah,
I question
girl.
myself, but Kay, you're like, I don't care.
I say I don't care because it's like, I mean, usually I say what I want and then I can't hear you. Like, I'm not about to listen to you complain about what I want. The baby. She said, yes, they be doing me like that on the playground. I feel it, baby.
No, but I recently experienced that from two perspectives, I would say, or angles, I don't know, whatever you call it. The one guy, he's like, I want you to do this or smell this, do that. And I kept telling him, like, no. And he goes, man, you're aggressive. And the first time I laughed at it, I let it roll off my back. Second, third, fourth time, I'm like, I'm not aggressive. I'm assertive. I know what I want. And I'm telling you, no, like, leave it at
You're
that.
not
But going home that night, before I left, he's like, whisper in my ear, call me tonight. But later that night and even the next day, I did feel like, why is that even an issue? Like, why? How is it that I'm aggressive, but you still want me to call you? I didn't understand that. And then
they gonna wear you down, woman.
No.
Let me hold Chelsea hand up. Yes,
Wait.
yes. People have called me mean. People call me mean all the time. I think it's a joke. I think they think it's a joke because they don't stop calling
That's
me.
yeah.
And also that it's a game. Like it's a game to them. You stand on your standards. That's what we're talking about in this whole point is should we settle or not? You don't settle, no, because if you do, you have this person who you're like, oh, okay, you're right, I'm mean, I'll settle on you, and you end up not liking
Yeah.
them 5 years down the road and wondering why you settled.
Yeah.
You don't like them, and if you are mean, guess what? That's elimination process. God gave me this song this year. Y'all gonna laugh at the song if y'all know it, but it's that Jay-Z song in this chorus is say hello to
Look
the
at you,
bad
Kate.
guy. They call me the bad guy. That's me this year because I'm not settling on anything. And I said what I said. Word up to K and Women in Woe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dominique said, or feel like I maybe need to let my guard down a little bit. Like, man, I'm not gonna ever get a husband. Let's talk about letting your guard down. Because
Do you want a husband
well,
or do you
Dominique,
want
first
your
of all, tell
husband?
us what you mean by letting your guard down. Because there's different kind of guards.
Right.
Some of them we
Come
need.
on, dance moves.
Some of them you need to let
Did you just hit the
down.
robot on us? Ooh. I think we roboted when we were on a cruise last
Why
week.
was I doing the percolator beat?
No.
Okay. Hey, could you restate the question? We had a dance break.
Not a dance break.
What kind of guards are we talking, Dominique? Because some guards need to be let down, like Lynn said. She said, like as letting a man in close. See, and I
Ooh, let me talk on this too.
Wait,
It
wait,
depends
say
on
it
men.
again.
you talking because we gotta Lynn, let them know.
Let her in. Let's bring her in because I need to hear this.
I don't know if we can do that. Can
Okay.
Does she want to be in?
Do
She
you
got
wanna
to
be
tell us
in?
if
I
she
don't
wanna
know.
be in first.
Yeah, ask
Okay.
her if she want to be in.
Yeah, you can't just make people.
Well,
Because
she
what is close?
She want to be in.
Acoustics
She
wanna get
by
in? Okay, let's hear this.
yes.
Okay, but why
featuring the
she
baby, the
responded if
squad
she want to be
featuring
in
the
or not?
baby.
Lynn, tell us about getting in close.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we need to know as women. So vulnerability is our strength because this is what men seek from us to be intimate. So we as women, or even as men, women or men, we need to be whole, as Ray said, because you're supposed to be able to be vulnerable with the next person. Like we are supposed to be able to give each other our testimony. If you get brokenhearted from a person, you're going to heal and you're going to heal faster because that's what we're supposed to do as relating to each other. We can't go into anything scared because that's that's the guard you need to let down. So what, you let this person close to you. They showed you that they weren't the person faster because you let them in closer. So then you need to regulate yourself to get out of there faster. Cool, love you, but I can't. You're hindering me, so I could love you from afar, and that was great. Bye. So we gotta not be afraid of being hurt. Okay, go ahead, Chip.
I don't know why I raised my hand. But just to I'd add to that, like, let's not beat ourselves up for letting someone in and it not working out. Because I think that is something that we tend to go through too. Like, oh, I let another person in. Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, I'm doing something wrong, blah, blah, blah. When realistically, it's what Lynn said. It's like, you kind of have to try. Going back to a couple lives ago when we talked about kissing a whole bunch of frogs and toes, like unfortunately, you kind of have to do that. No,
I don't agree with that.
we know.
Well,
See,
it's
this
all
is my
women.
thing about it. Is
The reason I say that is because I don't know what Lynn said because I'm trying to get Dominique on this thing. But the reason I say that is because a lot of times when you start letting people in, you no longer see clear. Like it gets real jaded, real cloudy very quickly, right? You miss all the red flags. You miss all the everything because you just so stuck on the fact that he drive a Challenger and he work here and he is
that's
fine
something different.
and he opened the door.
No,
and
that's
he
a you
out.
thing.
That's
That's a
something.
you
That's
thing because
something
you can let
different.
somebody in and still say, "Oh no," but facts are still facts. That red flag is still a red flag. I'm not going to change color just because you drive this and you come
So when
over
I'm
3-4
saying let
times.
somebody in, she said let some man in, ... close. I'm gonna assume, and we about to bring her on so we can find out. I'm assuming that means sex. And if that means sex, that means instant clouded vision. That's not a me thing.
No.
That's everybody
I
thing.
agree with that if she
Everybody.
means
Everybody.
sex,
I
but
disagree with
if she
that.
meant like being vulnerable and becoming close with them, knowing them more, then I that's a guard I believe needs to be let down. Now the sex does cloud, and then you start thinking about whatever car that was and whatever how much money he make, and then it all gets mixed up because your mind start telling you a lie. You start painting a
I think
picture and
you
you
can.
start
There's
drawing that picture.
potential. There's potential. Sex does 100%. Absolutely yes. However, if you are sure in what you want and what you do not want, listen, I'm young tenderoni. You hear me? However,
Let me tell
I know
you.
what I want and I know what I don't want. I don't care what you putting down in the bedroom. If it's not what I want on the other side of it, sorry.
Now, is this
And I feel that's how I'm going to get my husband.
Has that always been you though?
That
Or
has
was
not
that
always
learned
been
behavior?
me.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's
Like
learned.
that's a learned trait. That's not a trait that we all just naturally built with.
For sure. And that's I think it's Lynn that was saying, letting people come closer to you, still me keeping in mind what you want and what you don't want, because I know what I want now. And there's an individual where I'll let this person get close to me. However, I still know what I want. It's not going to change just because you can lay down the pipe or you drive this car, you make this amount. I can make this amount of money. I can go get the car.
You start
I think
getting
the
that
key
type
though
of energy
is-
with a
get what I
person.
want.
That car start looking pretty nice.
Especially me
You
riding the
not
passenger
done?
seat looking cute. Okay, in the summertime. Anyway,
Shoulders out, tails up.
I don't know what that. Anyway, so I think the key here
That's
though
the
is
tag,
like
red flag pink real fast.
anyway.
Go ahead,
It's
Joe.
baby pink.
Last year.
She said last year.
Well, what was I saying? I think the point is the ability to get out. And so, Ray, I hear you. I hear all of the perspectives, and I think they're all valid. And I think all of us are obviously different, but like the ability to get out and because you can know what you want and know what your standards are all day, right? Like I feel like we know pretty early on when someone is or is not the one, but we convince ourselves that they're the one because we start to romanticize and we see pieces of them and we're like, oh, but blah, 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 blah. And that might not be you, Ray, but I know dang sure it's me. And I'm working on myself. And while I do think that it's important to like let people in to try, it's also, you also have to tread lightly. Did I say something silly? Is it the dog? Okay. We have to let people in try. You also have to be cognizant of it. The closer you get, the harder at times for people it can be to pull away. That's it.
For sure. Yeah.
I was gonna
But
say,
you
and
have to be
sometimes
strong in that.
That's along the lines of like what I was gonna say, which is, sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Sometimes, even though you know that person is not what you want, now that y'all done started having sex, you still going back, you doubling back, tripling back, quadrupling back to have sex with that person, even though you know that's not what they want, just because now you a little horny because he didn't tap that. You know?
And you already comfortable with them, so I may as well.
Exactly. And now, and before you know it, you reel back right on in that loop of foolishness.
It's a cycle.
Foolishness. Now I agree to letting people in like that. Yeah, you won't see nothing clearly, but letting them closer to you intimately without physical intimacy is okay. That's what we're supposed to be doing with the next human being and next human being.
I think that could also cloud your judgment too. I mean, like you can develop an emotional connection with a person without sexual intercourse, and when it doesn't end or when the red flags come up, like you might try to make those red flags pink and then they somehow turn into a shade of green and you just in the situation longer than you need to be.
Oh, girl, not a shade of green. You start liking what you didn't like? Oh my goodness.
Hey, I know somebody can relate.
The red flag is a go. Well, yeah, but that's again becoming more whole with yourself, because people are going to break you. We are as people aren't perfect. Humans are. Have y'all read the Bible? Oh my God.
Nuts.
People are horrible.
But you know what else?
But
though?
out of
Like,
that, I think that's what we're supposed to. We're supposed to be broken to be fixed again.
But I think it goes back to what Cho said earlier. You got to cut them off early, right? You got to cut them off before the emotion even gets there. Well, the first sign of the red flag, you know, you got to get rid of him. The first sign of narcissism, he's out of the door. Like, and then you don't have to worry about like having sex with them or becoming emotionally connected with them because you've already eliminated whatever the thing is. I mean, sometimes you might have to go on a few dates to figure it out. But usually
Sometimes
we
you
know
find
by
out in
date
the
number
middle.
one. When you get home, you think about that date and you be like, I don't like the
That
way he
wasn't
talks
it.
to the waitress, right? That little I don't like the way he talks to the waitress can turn into something way bigger down the line. But we just think I'm gonna still give him a chance. I don't like how many drinks he had during our date. I'm gonna still give him a chance. Now, 4 years later, you find out he's an alcoholic. Like, I think we ignore those beginning signs and then we get ourselves into. So we lose the wall, we break the wall down before we even though we already know this ain't it, basically.
I think that
I think
is
it's okay, even at that point, still to be like, okay, you know, sometimes we all play the fool. Sometimes it's okay at that point, still to be like, this ain't it, and exit stage left. It's just important to know how to exit stage left.
It's important to do it whenever you want to do it.
Expound.
Go ahead, Ray.
I don't know
Wow,
what I
that's
was going to
to
say.
expound on exit stage
Oh,
left.
I was going to say, even if you're one that goes on a few dates or give this person another chance, it's still something that you have to work within yourself to say, this is not it. I'm not going to give it another chance. I'm not going to put more time into this. It's self-work.
It's hard self-work.
It is.
It's definitely worth it though. Like,
Yeah.
especially when you don't feel maybe like the stress or the internal battle of like, is this person for me? Is this person not for me? Almost like gaslighting yourself into thinking that this person is for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to put yourself through that anymore. But it is hard to let go sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And give yourself grace for not knowing, because a lot of times you don't know until you probably like month 4.5 months in.
Yeah.
So my question is
Meeting this
though,
mama.
when it's talking about it's hard to let go, is it really hard to let go, or are we trying to let go of the wrong thing? Like, is it really hard to let go of the dude, or is it hard to let go of the fact that we sat on the phone till 11 o'clock every night? He brought me lunch every Wednesday. He brought me flowers every Friday. I think it'd be harder to let go of that part than the part where like him, like dude can go, but can somebody bring flowers? Like,
I think it's like letting go of like this idea, because I agree with you. I think it's the action, but I also think it's like the vision of like, oh, this might be my person. And what if I find my for me, this could be my person. And I'm going to have the things. I'm going to finally get to the thing, right? Not necessarily like with this person, but like they kind of meet a couple characteristics and they do the things that make me smile 2 times out of the week.
girl,
maybe this is
boyfriend if that's all I do.
Out of the week.
It's the companionship piece for
Just
me.
2 times out of the week.
2 times up. Bag me. I'm the
I
one.
got you.
It's me.
I don't want you, boo. I'm sorry.
Friends.
You got soulmates,
How many of us have them friends?
You already got a few girlfriends. Shoot. No, but I definitely get what you're saying. Like, you are a big picture thinker, so you're thinking about down the line and all of that stuff, and what it would look like, and does he fit in the family, and will my mom like him? And
yeah,
I just be like, can I talk to him every day? Y'all know I'm big on. He's easy on the eyes. That's my thing right now. Like, is he
really
easy on the eyes? He ain't even gotta be cute. Is he easy on the eyes though? Like, because I don't know if anybody, like, I don't. Is anybody ever gonna be good enough for your mama?
I don't.
My
mine?
All y'all.
No.
Yeah.
Make me mad once, it's a wrap.
I,
Break
I
my
think
heart
my
even a little
mom.
bit is a wrap.
I think
Everybody's gonna have to deal with the
after
wrath, but that's
I
just
don't
what it
know.
is.
Not
I
the
think
raft.
I think my mom is pretty accepting
I think so
these
too.
days.
My mom's gonna
For
love. My
me,
mom's gonna love
sometimes too
whoever I
accepting.
love.
You think too accepting your mama?
I think too accepting. Yeah,
I
and
think my mama
I
be
also
pump
think that was my
faking.
fault.
My mom be pump faking. She be acting like she like him, and she want to see if I like him first. And
Yeah.
then when I be like, he ain't it, mine. She be like, girl, I knew he wasn't it because I knew he wasn't it when did. So
Yeah, I think it's my fault as to why my mom may be too accepting. And it could be a front because I know my mom. And sometimes it's like,
My mom is the same
yeah,
way, girl. I get it.
yeah.
She be like, my spirit sat okay with him.
Mhm.
No, I didn't really get a read on his spirit. Me and his spirit didn't talk.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
girl,
funny.
okay.
Knowing all y'all moms,
Well, Ray, what
don't
happened?
think
Did y'all
anybody
have a
would do good
situation? You told her she can't react no more.
We did have a situation, and no, it wasn't that. It was the opposite. Like, why can't you just accept him if I am? And ever since then, it's been like, oh, this is my son.
Yeah.
Girl, we just going to lunch. We only getting coffee. Like, chill. Wait a minute. But yeah, she's funny.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't think that knowing all of y'all moms, I don't think nobody will ever be good enough for y'all to them, right? I think they
My
always
mom
gonna
be
find
trying to marry me off every week.
Actually, you know what, Chelsea? I think so. I think your mom will be the most accepting in real life, like really mean it. Like,
I don't know about really mean it.
That's the part right there. That is
I
the
think
part.
she will be
That's the part.
accepting as long as I am happy, as long as I'm not complaining. Don't let us have an argument. Don't let her see me with a frown. Don't let me complain a little bit.
well, that'll be near impossible.
Gang. Yeah.
She'll
I
never
think
accept
all our
anybody. No
mamas
one's ever good enough for me.
Gang. Like,
You
my mama
treat
was
like
like,
us at this
"Any
point because you
person?"
be complaining about us.
I don't complain about y'all to her.
Gang.
But y'all are different. Y'all the besties, right? Y'all been there since like
No,
high
don't
school.
try to fix that up.
She said gang. If that's what she meant, that's okay, Chelsea. Your mama gang. That's fine. She gang
All right, let me
Chelsea.
ask
My
y'all this:
mama
with
gang
your
me,
dad,
man.
Maurice Wood.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
y'all.
know. I have no idea in the world.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
Yeah.
no.
I think
I
yes.
don't know.
No
My daddy
idea
likes to do the
in
macho
world.
game. Boo!
Ooh.
I'm tell him to come over here and help you move. I'm make him move the washer and dryer by himself. If he can't move it, he ain't it.
And then he gonna give him a look
Esther.
like, you can't lift it up, sir.
Wait a minute, because the last dude, this is really a situation where I needed my washer and dryer moved upstairs, and my dad was like, "Ain't your boyfriend there? Tell him to help you. I'm gonna come over and bring it. He gonna help you." So he put him to the test, and he took the washer and dryer upstairs by his lonesome. And my dad called me and said, "That little nigga strong." He passed the test. He passed it. So I mean, after that, he took my dad.
Well,
That's
I
funny.
guess
I
he's
don't
strong
know.
enough to handle
My
it.
dad, my dad hasn't really, he hasn't said anything about a guy that I brought to him. And I'm actually shocked by that. I'm very shocked by that. He hasn't even said, "Oh, this is a nice young man," or I don't know, nothing at all. He's like, "Hey, Dad, this is so and so. Okay, nice to meet you," and that's it.
Well, maybe he's waiting for you to give him like a little bit more.
Maybe. Should I? Am I supposed to? I'm the daughter.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they want to know if it's serious or not. Like,
I'm trying to ask my dad, is it serious or not? You tell me.
Don't worry about him. This is such and such. Don't worry about him. Then they knew, like, okay, we lay off. But I think they just need a little direction sometimes because we be dating. I mean, we date a lot. We date. So, and sometimes they accidentally have to meet them. Accidentally.
True.
Yeah, that
True.
happens. Yeah, it
I'll
does.
be
happen.
like out from.
And then there's the
You
situation.
hiding, man. You be hiding.
Why you be hiding?
She don't want nobody to know.
I don't be dating. I don't know what she's talking about.
Girl, those.
Wait a minute, because you
If I-
show up 6 months later and be like, yeah, y'all had a whole boyfriend and we was doing this and this and this, but I don't like him no more.
Yep.
That's why. Y'all, I tell everybody, y'all know about the ones I actually liked or felt something for.
But you said you don't be
Everybody else is
dating. That ain't
irrelevant.
true.
But I don't be dating. I might end up in a situationship, and then that was what it was. I don't know. That's was. Now I don't do anything.
I
How
understand.
did we get here?
Holiday season.
Life partner or no?
Holiday season.
Like,
I would like a life partner.
But no, back on that. My dad probably do need to tell me sometimes, like, nah,
You know?
just let him go on by this day. No,
feel
my
like-
dad would just be like, all right.
But I feel like if I called your dad and be like, so what you think of such and such? Or if I called him out in public, what you think of Leah's new boyfriend? I'm pretty sure he would tell me everything.
He a joke about something. Yeah, he got that Mercedes
drive
car.
that Honda.
Yeah, you talking about the boy that work here?
The fact that y'all just gave him the same laugh.
People really do that. I'm weak.
Wow.
That is so true. That's how he is. You got him down to a T. Low key, I feel like Chelsea or dad would be low key the same way, just in a different type of shady way.
Yes. Yes. He gonna ask a question. He'll be like, did he smell a little bit like, that stuff that people be smoking to y'all?
No.
That's
no.
happened. That has happened.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah.
Say with y'all today.
Like, Ray, do you smell loud?
That's their all out.
That's it all. Yeah, that's an insider.
Their
So
baby.
yeah, I y'all
Oh
made
my
me
Jesus.
my head about y'all dads, guys.
You know
I'm
what's really
waiting for the
convenient
day
right
when my
now?
dad said,
What?
Get down. As we're talking about the single conversation, having a life partner or whatever, and my lovely Tyler over here who applies so much pressure for a younger sibling and apparently marriage, because what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to fall in love. This is what I told her. I fall in love. She about to come over here. Supposed to fall in love, find a daddy, and then when me and daddy find each other, then we get married and then we have a baby because she really wants a younger sibling. Anyway, she just asked me if I was married, and so that was so fitting for this
How does that
conversation.
make you feel?
How does it make me feel? She's really upset that I'm talking about her now. How does it make me feel that she just asked me
Pause.
this?
Hold on. Baby, how does that make you feel?
Oh, let me take you off of.
You in our ear. You in our ear.
Hold on.
I need to plug this computer up. I'm gonna step out.
Say it again.
Okay, princess. Auntie K wants to know, how does it make you feel that mommy's not married?
Does it make you feel happy or sad that I'm not married?
Sad? Why?
Oh,
Mama have baby.
I want mama to have some baby.
oh
We here,
he's
princess.
3, Kaden.
Now she wants babies now.
Oh, right now?
Like tomorrow?
You want me to have a baby? You want a baby sister tomorrow, girl? Mama's got to meet a dad. Can you not do this?
After
After you meet a daddy. Duh.
today.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Today, meet that man today.
You only
yes.
have a few more hours now.
And it's late already.
Okay, so after saying all of that, Chels, and once you unmute, how does that make you feel? I think that's a lot of pressure, man, especially coming from the kids even on you.
I think it's honestly, I don't really take it. I don't really, it's funny to me. I mean, I'm inspired to, we laugh about it. Like, I mean, eventually I'm going to get married. Eventually, girl, mommy's on a meeting. Eventually I'm going to get married. Eventually she's going to have younger siblings birthed by me. And so it's going to happen. It's just not going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
And it's going to happen next year. And that's okay. But she's going to get her little siblings one of these days. And I'm going to just keep laughing at her. With her, not at her. We're going to laugh together. Okay, that's enough.
You're not going to settle for the dad.
Period.
See how I did that there?
That was good. We see that. We see where you did there.
Okay.
So I guess we could
I wasn't expecting that baby to say that though.
what was you expecting her to say?
I don't know. Shout out to the baby. It was nice to have the appearance.
Yeah, I can appreciate her authenticity.
Huh?
I can appreciate I guess she's 5, but I can appreciate the realness of her. You know, just like it makes me sad. She has a little brother and sister. And it low key kind of goes back to the comparison thing, right? Because well, in the school that she goes to, mommies and daddies are typically married.
Right.
And the kids who are her age typically have little brothers and sisters. And she's kind of like, she doesn't have those things. And so she's like, okay, cool, you're the mommy. And mommies hold babies in their bellies. So, and mommy's not with daddy. So get a new daddy and make me a little sister, little sibling, and then get married like the rest of them.
Yeah. You know what I can appreciate that the
That's cute.
person like marry my daddy is just find a daddy, any daddy, mommy.
Get a daddy.
One.
Put a baby in that belly. Yeah.
I can appreciate
What's going
that.
on here?
Well. Mm-hmm.
Because some parents struggle with that, like kids wanting their child to be with their father. And it doesn't obviously always work out that way. So it's nice that she kind of like, just get a daddy, any daddy, mommy.
Not any daddy.
I'm happy.
Right kid.
That also speaks layers to the nature versus nurture theory on two aspects. Because on one, she's nurtured to seeing the family structure. And then also she's also nurtured so much into it. It's not that she hasn't personalized it where it's like be with my daddy. It's just like, come on, be with a daddy. So we can be this normal family structure that I'm nurtured to see.
Right.
So that's deep.
I love that. I love that.
Which goes back into if we're settling, if we have to settle for a person, are we again going back to settling for what the government and what we're nurtured to do as opposed to what would make us a complete person?
Can you say that again?
My question would be like, it's nature versus nurture's question. Is it nature that we want another person, or is it nurturing that makes us want another person?
No, I think it's nature that we want another person. I think we desire companionship with other people. But I think nurture teaches us what we should and should not have. Because, well, let me expound on that. I think nature teaches us that we are social beings and that we should have people around us so I guess I'm kind of putting my foot in my mouth. And nurture is teaching us that you should have these types of things by a certain age. It should look this way. You should behave this specific way. When breakups occur, it should be this type of way. That's my stance.
So I know this doesn't align with the theory, but my thoughts are that the way that you're nurtured is the way that you nature. And so
it's different.
We start learning as soon as you're conceived. And so it's the environment, it's all of that teaches you how to nature, right? It teaches you like, I think we were talking about this, Chels, if you put a kid in a closet for 13 years and on their 13th birthday, finally brought them out of the closet, they wouldn't naturally be used to light, be used to regular food, be used to social interaction. That's not nature, right? Like you're not born that way. Like you're born as a being, and then whatever you learn, however you're nurtured, is how you grow and how you form opinions and how you perform feelings.
They did a study to prove that.
Get feelings and how you get emotions and all of those things. So I don't think it's natural that we want a husband at all. I think that's what we're taught. Disney. Y'all know how I feel about it. It's what you're
Yeah, I
taught.
agree with that
Disney.
part. What'd you say?
Mm, so you're saying we're nurturing that nature.
Right.
Nurturing the nature, right?
We're
Yeah.
creating the nature with
Right.
nurture.
Right. And it starts immediately, right? Like if you teach a kid how to read at 1, then they'll know how to read at 1. If you teach a kid how to talk at 1, they'll know how to talk at 1.
Mhm.
It's just the way you is nothing. I don't think anything is natural. There's this girl I follow on Instagram and she potty trained her 6-month-old. Yes, she potty trained her 6-month-old. Why? Because kids will learn whatever you teach them.
Well,
Somebody chimed in. Nature is what we are born with. Nurture is what we learn. God has already designed us to seek a mate. We are taught rather we want to be marriage, whether we want marriage or to remain single. It's how we were raised. And I don't know if I agree with that. Because we don't naturally come out of the womb like, hey God.
I mean,
Like we subconsciously do, but we don't consciously
Hey, God.
be like, God, that's what you want from me? A partner? You ain't thinking that at 1 month, right? Like you're learning how to see, how to hear, how to speak, how to
But I
But
also
you
think
kind of
though
are because you need the person you need the nature of the person in order for you to survive. It's also another, I can't think of the study, but there's a study where they did on a baby where they wouldn't react to the baby, and the baby didn't know how to, like, it couldn't survive without the reflection of the emotions and the stuff that it's seeing from the parent. So we naturally need another person
yeah.
as human beings to survive.
that's why I said
good.
relatedness. Like it's more so, I don't necessarily think it's about finding a life partner. It's more so about like you need other human beings to survive.
Yeah.
Now I do agree with the part about like the nurture piece is the learned behavior and the learned wants and needs, and that's the society pressures, it's familial pressures, and like just kind of cycles of learned behavior over the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you think that going back to the topic or the statement where she said we are taught what the marriage, do you want to be married or do you want to be single? That's more of a society thing than an actual, or what you're taught rather than what is natural to us. Do you think that we naturally, talking about marriage and single, not talking about needing relationship, because we already know that we need relationship, period, but talking about being married and being single, do you think that's natural?
No, I think that's a learned thing. I don't know if I have I need to think about how I want to expand on that. But my initial thoughts are that is a learned thing.
Yeah.
Because it all just kind of goes back to like what exactly, that's the nurture
Mhm.
of what society teaches you is right and wrong. And people tend to lean towards being married is more so right. Having a specific type of family structure is more so right. Being single has all of these negative connotations to it. Like I think about like what is that book we read in high school, The Scarlet Letter,
Mhm.
where she had like the A on her chest and she was just like blackballed for being, what did she have, sex? For being different.
She had sex with a married man.
Is that what happened in the book?
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, A for adultery.
Age appropriate.
You know what?
That was not age appropriate, that book.
No, I mean
It wasn't.
I think they were trying to steer us into that. Don't have sex.
He was
kids.
reading slavery books. I'm not
Maybe.
sure why that was so bad.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So to that point though of okay. So to the point of, and this is to
Mhm.
let me ask my Bible guru, Lynn. Okay.
Because Shawty is
So-
only in Chronicles.
The statement says God has already designed us to seek a mate, right?
Uh-huh.
Now going back to that whole love thing that we was talking about last time, everybody was on a love trip. Do you think that God has designed, or do y'all think that God has designed us for a mate in terms of romantic relationship, or has God designed us for a mate in terms of just relationship in general, right? And I asked that because, you know, God gave Adam Eve, but was that for romantic relationship, or was that just for relationship? And I'm asking because I don't know. It's just
Oh, so I don't know this either, but I often think about it. So what we don't think about is, and why I go back to maybe it is the partnership and romantic, because we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. However, as far as relationship, we're supposed to be real. That's the purpose of everybody on this earth, is to be in a relationship with the people around you, because that's mimicking the relationship that we have with God.
Right.
When it comes to one person's particular, I don't know, because Adam did have Eve, but then, you know, Adam had some sons and they had some sons, and even Abraham had multiple people, because we know Hagar wasn't a good example of this, but we know they had multiple people. So I don't know. I know we're supposed to love everybody and be vulnerable with everybody and be in relationship and share our testimonies and iron sharpen iron and things like that. But I don't know as far as that goes to being committed to one person and how that longevity works and what God wants us to do with that. If that was my long way of saying I don't know.
Me neither, but I thought that was an interesting thought.
Question. Yeah, that's a really great question.
That is a very interesting thought.
Is the pastor on here? If the pastor is on here, she needs to chime in. But
also, couldn't Adam have been in relationship with them animals that he named before Eve got here?
That's what I'm saying. So, but no, because the animals weren't able to communicate effectively, and that's an important part.
But how do we know that?
Because I'm sure they wasn't talking, because there ain't no scripture in the Bible that God made the animals stop talking because they did something bad. You know, like the Tower of Babel, everybody started speaking different languages. Ain't nothing in there about animals.
Yeah, but you know, animals have kingdoms and they work in worlds too. I think,
but not the same one as us. That's the point.
A different day and a different subject. But never mind.
Okay, look. Okay. Lala, I hope I'm saying your name. Miss Rainey. Miss Rainey says, my mom and dad's been married for 43 years, and they have shown a great example of great marriage. My desire has always been to be married based on what I've seen, whereas I am a single mother and my children do not see marriage as being important to them. What y'all think? She said, call her Lily. Okay, I like that. My parents have been married for over 25 years, and I don't see marriage as being important. So I don't know.
Right. Is it that you don't see that's important?
Not their marriage, though. Not because of their marriage. Let's be clear. Not because of their marriage. And I do
not because of their marriage, but that's what's been modeled to me. And I do desire to be married, but not in view of what I've seen, but because of I don't know. That goes against what I'm saying. Maybe it is. I desire to be in a marriage too.
Is it important?
Yeah, it's important. Yeah.
I think it's important to me because, hold on, put it down. Nope, not that one. Give it here. Nope.
Why don't you leave that baby alone?
She trying to write on bills and not today. I think I see marriage as it's something that I've always desired. Stop. None of them. It's something that I've always desired, but I don't know. I think it's something that I've always desired because of Disney, because that's what I feel like I was taught, what you're supposed to want. Like that's what's supposed to make you happy. Right. And it's kind of messed up.
But is that important?
I don't know. Why y'all clowning Disney? Because those princesses were happy before they met those guys. Like think about Belle.
No, they wasn't.
Belle was reading her books with her daddy. She was singing through the town.
La, 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 with the birds flying and whatnot.
No,
Belle was
They
miserable
they
before
all
she
was
met.
miserable.
Belle was miserable before she met that prince. The
They all
town thought she
was
was weird.
miserable.
She was like, she wasn't that happy. She said she sung about the little
I
miserable
think
town.
Wasn't
She
Snow
wanted to
White
make it
dead?
out of there.
I don't actually mind Disney. I love Disney.
She
She was
died.
at peace, Jesus.
What's wrong
She
with her?
was at peace
She was in a
When did Snow
coma.
White die?
by herself,
That
just
was
In a
living
coma.
Sleeping
She didn't have no
Beauty.
choice but to be by herself.
coma life. She ain't had no stress.
If it
And
was
she
this
wasn't
day and
alone.
age, Snow
And she
White would have
wasn't
been on
alone.
life
She had
support.
them 7 little boys with her. She was
Snow White
she
would
was
have been on
well
life.
equipped with people. Snow White lived a life, man. And she got to rest.
She wasn't with none of them men. She was not Polly. She was not Polly.
I didn't say with them. I said she had them as
How did we get here? My
Lily
God.
said they were not happy. None of them were happy.
I
Not
think
even
the
that's
seven
fine.
companions wasn't either.
I
Because they
think
were
they
short.
were fine.
Shrek, miserable.
Shrek was happy once he
Shrek
found
wasn't the
Fiona.
princess. Fiona was.
She was miserable. She was about
Who
to
was
die
No,
in
she
the
was.
tower.
Now that's a debate right there, because she turned into a whole ogre after she met that man.
And
That's
she
a
was happy
sermon right
because she
there.
was
You can't
happy,
trust
ugly,
everybody.
but with a partner.
Mm-hmm.
You start turning into those bad habit people that you get with. That's what Fiona is. She turned into an ogre and was
Well, she was
happy
already
about
an
it.
ogre. Wasn't she born an ogre?
No, baby, she
I
was
think
she
she
was
was,
she was
Chelsea.
a little
And I'm pretty
girl.
sure
She
she
got
was
the
born.
same witch that put the spell on her that the beast put on him, put that on Fiona and turned her into an ogre at night.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true.
Then when she met Shrek,
So
she was
depending on who she
permanently an
married,
ogre.
depend on who she turned into.
Yeah,
I
that's why she
missed
was
that
trying to
part.
marry Lord Farquaad, the short dude.
Yeah.
That's why she was trying to kiss him so she could turn into a full human. All I'm
I need
saying
to
is
watch
this
White
Shrek
is
was
us
again.
sleeping.
Disney. This is
Cinderella was
taking a
slave to her steps,
turn. This is
and Beauty
very
was
turn.
longing for the right man but couldn't find him. Told y'all, Snow White was on life support. Cinderella was a
Yeah,
slave,
they was miserable before they got some man. Disney.
and Beauty was
What is wrong
miserable.
with that? What is wrong with
Disney, get you a man. You do better in life. Ding. What's some ears?
What ears?
I don't
the
know what
Mickey
yours
Mouse ears?
I thought it was like bunny. Anyway,
So, Chelsea, you were talking about Disney.
I was talking.
Yeah.
I love Disney. I love my Disney movies. I don't want to
Clearly, we
clown
do
the
too.
Disney. However, they do give you, it's low key kind of like Bridgerton. Ooh, y'all watch Bridgerton? Ooh, I love me some Bridgerton.
That man was fine in
Um,
the show.
ooh, he was fine. Oh gosh. Anyway, leave a comment if you like Bridgerton. The first season. What's his name? The Duke.
Fine.
Ooh, the Duke.
Oh, that was
Anyway.
his name to do.
Ooh, the Duke.
Thought they were
Fine.
gonna take him off the show and thought they would last.
Well, season 2.
Oh,
was
they took
kinda
him off
good.
the show. What season they took him off on?
Second.
I tried to get into it. It wasn't.
Oh, I love it.
It
Season
wasn't
2
my
is pretty
zhuzh.
good too. And now they about to do one about the
My
Queen.
zhuzh.
Anyway,
I
think
probably like
I
that because she was
developed
black.
Oh,
I
Chelsea.
developed the desire for marriage based off what I saw as a child because my mom was not married. My mom didn't get married until I was an adult. And so I don't think I ever really saw, and my great grandmother who was married was freaking miserable in her marriage. Like she hated her husband. And so
Internet.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't care. I would tell this to my clients anyway. Because I'm making a point. The point is, I did not see any healthy relationships or marriages growing up, and of anyone close to me. So all I had was what I saw on TV, and so that was something that like it just seemed happy and it just felt nice. And I just, y'all know me, I love love, and I still kind of romanticize things. And like to believe that that's what reality is going to be like. And I think that's why sometimes I get myself in situations, or I've gotten myself in situations in the past where I've stayed longer than necessary because I romanticize, because I want it to be like what I saw as a kid. And I want to get the warm and fuzzies. And life just doesn't always work like that. And that can be really disappointing. It's a hard pill to swallow.
And I think that's why I say that I don't think that marriage is important. Like the key word for me is that important word, because I too get myself caught up in situations where now I'm living in la la land and y'all be like, girl, what is it? And I'm like, but do you see him? But he opened the door, right? So we get caught up in like the stuff.
The basics.
But at the end of the day, is it important? No, because it's not always what it appears to be. Even some of the most healthiest relationships aren't all that fun, right? Healthy does not equate to fun.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and then it's like, okay, so do you get married for fun? Last time y'all told me we get married for love. I said we get married for business.
Who said we got married for love?
The people
The
Oh,
people,
okay.
our guest speaker.
and the people in the comments. Ain't none of them showed up either.
Mm.
Shade. Make shade now. Not the ones who are here, but the other ones.
No, but I'm just thinking like, so is it important? It is important because I want to have a child. And I don't want to be a baby mama. But then that could happen anyways. You can still get married and that still happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, I
weren't
mean,
married.
yeah, because
so-
you're not guaranteed to stay in that marriage with that child. That's not the child is not guaranteeing anything.
Right. So that's why I'm like, is marriage really important? No. What's more important is the other stuff.
I think, I don't know. I think what's important
Marriage is
like,
important for me though.
why?
Maybe because of Disney. Maybe not. Mostly because of God. But mainly because that's what
Why do
I
you say because
desire
of
to
God?
cultivate something. I want to build up a life of celebrations and doing stuff with people, with my person. And I do want to not only do that with my person, I want to do that with my people. So creating a village around me is important, and in that, and what I want and how I'm building my life includes marriage. So that's why it's important to me.
Mhm.
I love that I have everybody raising their hand. Come on, y'all.
Because she said village. And so y'all know I went to Kenya. Beautiful.
Come on now, baby.
Beautiful.
Nice. Okay.
It's amazing. Okay. So in Kenya, there was multiple wives. In this specific village, there were 3.
Mhm.
In addition to more being added, there were multiple wives in the village. One husband who always stayed away to work. Right? So they didn't
deal with all
see
the
him often,
attitudes.
because he was always working. And so my question, because someone said village, is he really needed?
Oh,
Other than
wow.
for procreation? Because they got their own thing going on. They taking care of the houses. They taking care of the kids. They taking care of the animals. They got their own relationship. Not romantic, but they have their own relationship in their village. They making it happen daily. And he show up when he ready. So is it really necessary?
So you're saying men are potentially obsolete?
That's not what I
That's the
said.
problem.
Is
That's the
that what
problem.
you're saying?
I'm just
That's the
Is that
problem. We are
saying.
facing that right now with homosexuality. We're
Ooh,
facing it.
you went in that bag.
Sorry. But that is
You went
literally
down
the
you
problem
went
when it
down
comes
the
to it.
whole
Like,
rabbit hole tunnel. They gonna cancel
generations
me
stop
tonight, Jesus.
when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact, though. It's a legit fact. Well, do they though? Like from
But that's
their point of view, do they?
from whose point of view?
From a same-sex couple.
From a same-sex couple's point of view.
double-edged
Yes.
sword, because they could
Yes.
say there's a lot of homeless or orphaned kids,
That's a
and
fact. Y'all know I
they
say
do
that.
need
But that's
homes, and they
that.
do need
If
loving
you
homes.
if you bring the child into the home, we love you. Go ahead. Thank you for supporting the child. Thank you for that, right? But
Thank you
a
for your
same-sex
contribution.
couple cannot reproduce. Period.
What she said is tight, but it's right.
Which is true, which is definitely true, which goes back to my point of why I want to be into a marriage, and the reason being for God, the being fruitful and multiplying is a thing. Also, on that other this gonna get real deep. Y'all gonna cancel me tonight. Sorry. But I think a lot of the homosexuality situations are that we have going on is a lot of lack of self-control. Like then that's why a lot of people don't want to be in relationships, because it's a lack of self-control. I don't have to control my attitude. I don't have to control what I do. I don't have to
That's a fact.
control or regulate my emotions, because I'm not with anybody. I could be
That's
by
a fact.
myself. Or on that edge of the LGBT community, I'm sorry, I don't know the letters, y'all. It's like this is what I feel like doing. So it's lack of self-control. I don't have to be obedient to the word. Sorry to get churchy on y'all, but because this is not what I feel like doing. I feel like being with the same sex. So then it's a double-edged sword.
That's where you run into the I am the we's and the they's and the thems, baby.
But I have a question though, because you said that same-sex
Yeah,
couples
all the way
cannot
to
reproduce, cannot procreate, right? Cannot reproduce naturally. Forgot that part. Naturally, because then we were just talking about how we don't need a man to have a child. Like Chelsea just said that you don't
Yes.
need to have a child. So what's the difference?
You do. Even if you go to the
why can't they
to the
just
bank,
get artificially inseminated just like a woman would? A woman would who wants a child without a man. What's the difference?
a man can't carry still.
Yeah, but they can go get one.
He can't carry, but they can raise
Yeah.
and love.
That's still not the same as a natural reproduction.
No, it's not. But you didn't say
Agreed.
natural. You said they can't reproduce. And they can't naturally reproduce, but you can impregnate a woman who is dating a woman. They both can be impregnated. Ain't
But
Eve
you
pregnant?
still need a man. You still would
pregnant.
need a man.
Not Eve.
You're
The
who
brat.
is you talking about
The
the brat?
She needed a man. You can't put no woman inside no woman.
I understand how it happens, but what I'm saying
So
is
what
it's
I'm saying,
unfair to say that a same-sex couple can't reproduce or can't have a child, but it's okay to say that I, as a single woman, can be artificially inseminated and it's okay.
what I'm saying is they
She's straight.
cannot
She's straight.
reproduce. I'm not saying that you cannot raise a child. I'm not saying that you can't have a child, whether you're the same man or the same woman. You can have that family dynamic, but you cannot reproduce.
And neither can a single woman.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure we clear on that.
Absolutely.
A single woman,
And just
yeah.
and what got me to that point is the
A
whole
single straight
issue
woman, I should
of running into the men trying to be the women trying to be the men.
Mhm.
Like it, I don't.
Gender roles.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole. I'm staying out of it.
It is. It's very tricky.
Cause it's the
And-
one ones that the B ends.
Huh?
B ends, Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes
Don't have me
the
confused.
ones you be saying.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She know what I'm talking about.
I'm so
But
lost.
those the men who like to tap into their femininity, but they are straight, but they like to tap into their femininity for the sake of emotions, they messing stuff up too. But that's different.
Mhm. Mhm.
So life partner and all. Let's get back on it. Let's get back to
Life partner. Life partner. When it's time, when he comes, naturally he comes.
in God's timing.
Yep. Until then, I am working
Yes,
on
God,
me.
bring 'em fast.
Until then, I am getting myself completely whole all the way through and through. That's that.
Okay, I have
Life
one
partner
more
for me.
question. Wait, one more, because Lynn was here. Okay, so we were at this conference, and this pastor got up. We love her so much. She got up and she started talking about her daughter and how her daughter prepared herself.
Come on, Esther story.
The Esther story. She prepared
Mhm.
herself for like months and months and months and months and months for marriage before she got married. So you said, I'm working on myself. Are you working on yourself for yourself, or are you working on yourself so that you can be a better partner, a better wife? Like, what is your objective when working on yourself? When you say that, what do you really mean? Because I think that it's a blatant difference, and sometimes we do need to make that shift. Because there's also a podcaster that we listen to, Myleek, and she talks about how she had to change her mindset when it was time for her to find a partner. And she didn't find her partner until she changed her mindset and opened herself up to it and made it a priority and made it and was intentional about it.
So I think the conversation that we were having earlier, where I mentioned being whole and still wanting more. So for me, I still will have wife as the end goal, or life partner, marriage, however you want to name it. I still have that as the end goal. However, in order for me to be the best life partner, in order for me to be the best wife, the best helpmate, I need to be the best me. So for right now, my first step is the me, and that me is going to be the biggest me for the partnership. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I was trying to get it out.
I think for myself, it's like I guess it's kind of what Jasmine said. Like she said, definitely should be for yourself. And I think right now it's like real selfish. It's just literally all about me. Now, if he decides to come in this selfish place I am in life, then that's perfectly fine. But you're gonna have to eat that because this is where I am. But I don't think that I am even open to like having you scared me. I don't think that I'm even open to like being in a serious committed relationship because I'm so selfish and I know that wouldn't benefit another person. And so
I think that's where that shifting of the mindset will have to take place.
Yeah, like I'm dating with no intention right now. None.
Yeah.
No intention. Like this is all fun and games. We going to get something to eat? Okay, cool. You want to work out? All right, cool. Like it's not like, oh, I think he might be the one. Because I ain't.
That's why I'm on the opposite side.
Let's hear it.
Well, I'm on the opposite side because I've stated this whole thing. I want to be married. I want to be in a relationship. What I feel like, what I'm walking in right now is kind of like walk by faith. What I'm walking in is as if I'm in this perfect relationship that I want to be in right now. Oh snap! I'm walking in what I want to be in, which is not another part in a relationship, but a whole person in a relationship. So it's kind of back to what I said when we ended the live last time. Is what basically I hate to say this, but what can I bring to the table? And not that there's a table, but who am I in a relationship and what do I want to be in a relationship? I need to be able to be her right now so that I don't lose her trying to be in a relationship.
Did they hear me?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. It's after D&D hours.
Not yet. I got 7 minutes.
Not 7 minutes. It's almost 9.
Mine goes on at 10, 9, 10. Mm-hmm.
Y'all might look 7 over here.
7? You don't get
7. You got business
5
hours. You better catch me. You better catch me.
Ooh, I love this do not disturb feature. I thought people was crazy who did that. Oh, honey.
I really do that.
That's
the people be like, why you don't put me on your favorites list?
You gotta earn
Why
that
does
spot.
it matter? Why? See, that's the thing. Sorry, Lynn. Why does it matter if you're on my favorites list? Because with or without you being on my favorites list, I can still watch you call me.
People like to feel special and they feel like they're entitled to your time.
I can still watch you
that's
call
a
me
subject right
while you're
there.
feeling special and entitled. I don't know.
That's a red flag for me.
They don't like to go to voicemail. It's about the going to voicemail part.
So you like the waiting process?
Don't call me. You better text me first anyways, because you're not going to answer the phone whether it's on
It's
do
the
not
ones
disturb,
that you be on do not disturb.
regular one.
They be on do not
I'm not
disturb. They go to
answering the phone
voicemail and then they
regardless.
leave one.
Nuh-uh. I ain't had none of them.
Now you knew it was after 9. You gonna get on my voicemail talking about the fact that you not on the favorites list?
Yeah, because they called 2-3 times.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You right, Jasmine.
It's the entitlement for me.
It's the entitlement, yes.
Yeah.
Because you thought you was calling my phone
pay
after
my
9.
cell phone bill?
Period.
Lynn, can you say what
Remember
you're
nights
saying
and
again? I'm sorry.
weekends? It's the opposite.
What'd you say, girl?
I wanted to hear what Lynn was saying.
Oh, reverse.
I don't know what I was saying. I was
You
ad-libbing.
were saying that you've been saying that you want the life partner all this time.
Oh yeah. So I'm walking by faith because I want a life partner. So yeah, I'm walking to basically, in a sense, in a Christian sense, I'm trying to make myself overflow so then I can have something to give in a relationship. So it's basically the same
That's
thing.
good.
I don't like to say I'm working on myself because if I would say that, it would. It's I don't. I'm
Are
still
you
working
intentionally
with.
dating?
I said I'm intentionally being me.
Girl.
That's the post.
Ray, you intentionally
Vote
dating?
for Lynn.
I wouldn't even say I'm dating right now.
Can we define intentionally dating? Because I don't know if I think
Can
I'm
we
intentionally
define
dating.
dating? What is dating
All
these
right.
days?
That's a good question. Because I always say I'm
What
not
is
dating, but I be
dating
going
these
on
days?
dates.
So what is dating?
Let me tell you, being mean gets a lot of, excuse my language, BSers out of your DMs real fast. Because now it's
No, it don't.
show me what you
don't.
got, bro.
No, it don't.
I
It
don't
don't.
have people in my DMs.
It done eliminated a lot of people out of mine.
That did not work for me.
What don't work for you?
Being mean.
Being you?
It's
Being
not even being
mean.
mean. It's just directly.
Being direct doesn't work. Being mean doesn't work. I'm literally thinking of one specific person who is complaining about me being on Do Not Disturb. Slides in my DMs, slides in my text messages, slides in my DMs on Snapchat, on Instagram. If he was on Facebook, he probably slide in there too. If you see me on a dating app, he gonna slide in there too.
Mm.
And I've been so direct. Like, I don't know how much more direct I can be. So I don't know if that's true, Lynn.
It's the entitlement.
I mean, it could be just them because I say that, but I just had a boy text me this morning like, how open are you to me hitting on you? Because I've been trying for years. my G, what is trying for years? How does that look? Because it's never been done. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty wide open. Y'all think this man asked me out yet?
No.
I don't get it.
Okay.
He just wanted to irritate you because
See, at that point,
no,
the chase
you
was
thought I
over
was
for
gonna
him.
say something. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say something smart. No, it's open. Walk through the door, sir. Come on in.
Too easy. Okay, so what's dating, Chelsea?
You didn't want it.
Yes.
For me, or like, are you asking the therapy me or like Chelsea me?
Chelsea, you. Did you clock out?
Clock it out.
I was
right?
I mean, that's why I had to ask. It's like I don't have the capacity to do therapy, Chelsea, right now.
You don't want her.
Yeah, I don't. I'm dry. I think you're right. We don't work for free. Anyway, what is dating? I'm actually the one who posed that question because I'm like, am I dating? I think dating is.
No, you said what is being intentional.
Oh, okay. Well, I probably said that. Dating to me is allowing myself to get to know different people, to explore my options, and really to just kind of what dating is like for me at this point is like recognizing what I do want and what I don't want, and being okay with walking away from situations that I know aren't for me, because I typically know pretty early, and then starting up and trying with somebody else until I find someone who I kind of feel like I vibe the best with or whatnot. So I think it's exploring my options. And I think even like there's dating multiple people, then there's like exclusive dating where you're just dating the one. Kay made a face.
I didn't know it was all these levels to it.
That's how I characterize it. It's me. So like, I mean, for me, there's like an exclusive dating. Like, I mean, like I would like to get to a point with a person where I'm like, it's just me and that person, and we're only seeing each other. And then, you know,
is that
and
the
then
point where you be like, this is my friend, Princess, this is your Uncle Tommy. Is that point?
No.
Is it the boyfriend point?
Yeah, I guess it's the boyfriend point. But like, I would introduce, you know, said person to Princess as, this is mommy's boyfriend. Like, I want to talk to.
Well, that's not exclusively dating. That's your boyfriend at that point, right?
That's I guess to me that's what.
Or is that another level? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that another level?
Okay. I'm confusing myself. We're doing too much. Okay, so there's talking, and then there's like we're still dating.
Wait a minute, now should have added in talking.
Okay,
see, that's too much. I don't have time for that, and that's why I'm not dating.
What are y'all?
That right there is what I'm not.
If you're not, it doesn't matter. That's why Grandma used to say, if he ain't married, it don't matter.
But when
not my grandma.
For me,
people grandmas.
The whole if we talking, if you taking me to dinner, to lunch, you fly me out, all that, we just cool. We just cool. Now, when you tell me you want to exclusively date me, then we're dating. And me, I'm not dating right now.
I guess that's what I mean
That might
too.
be
Like
intentionally
exclusively
dating,
dating
'cause I'm
and
like,
dating
do
is
you
the
want
same
me to have your
thing.
baby? You ready to get married?
No,
Like,
it's
these are
not.
questions
Not to
now.
me.
To me, that's what it
Dating
is.
is
though.
intentional, in my
Mhm.
opinion, in my world.
No.
Because if you are intentionally wanting to spend your time with me, your extra time and the time that you're creating for me, to me that's intentional. We're going somewhere, or there's a chance that we're going somewhere, which we're going to go, right? We're both putting in the effort.
Yeah,
We should
go
at
on.
least. Marriage.
I think
Oh,
intentional
okay.
dating is
I
like
thought was going
when you're
somewhere.
legitimately like, I am dating to be married, and I'm gonna have my hard lines. I'm gonna have my hard yeses, my hard no's. I'm going to bend and be flexible where I need to be and when I don't need to be. Like, I think that's being intentional about dating. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't have time to go on a date. I'm gonna make 4 times out the month to go on a date. I'm not gonna say that my phone is on do not disturb at 9 o'clock when I know he gets off at 10. I'm gonna say I'm gonna answer the phone at 10:05 and you got to 1. Like, to me, that's intentional dating. That's opening yourself up and being willing to get to know somebody to see if you can escalate to marriage.
So why take the time to, what are you doing in the before time? Are you not opening yourself up before you say we're going to be intentional? I'm going to take my do not disturb off at 9 because I know you get off at 10. What are you doing before then?
What do you mean? What am I doing, or the person?
No, you're talking about yourself in that instance, right?
Oh yeah. That's what intentional dating is to me. So before like my phone's on do not disturb tonight, it's 9:02. It's on do not disturb. Can't nobody get through. Now, if I see somebody called me and I be like, oh, he cute, I want to kiki with him tonight, I'm gonna call him back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if I was intentionally dating, no, back up. If I were intentionally dating, he already be on my favorites list, so he'll get through.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. Right now, there are no men on my favorites list.
She's trying to say what makes him intentional.
What makes him intentional, or what makes me intentional?
How does he get on the intentional list?
I have to be intentionally dating.
But how do you get to the point of where, I see what you're saying, you're not intentionally dating, so nobody gets there.
Nobody's on the list because I'm not intentionally dating. So if I'm irritated tonight, I don't want to talk to you. Whereas if I were intentionally dating and there was somebody that there was a specific person that I was being intentional about, then he will be on my favorites list. And when he called, I would answer. Doesn't matter if it's 9:30. I'm gonna answer because he's on the favorites list. Just like when y'all call.
Now that's one version. That's one version of intentionally dating, because at 9, I ain't answering nobody's calls.
But then you and that person would probably already have the understanding. But I would imagine that if he got off work like at 10 p.m. or 5 a.m. and that's the only time that he can talk on the phone, and you really liked him and you were intentionally dating, you would make an exception. And you could say you wouldn't, but I know you would. If I call you at 9:30.
No, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm saying that's not my man. My man works. We got the same waking hours because that's how we relational shipping. That's how intentional I am. So I'm cutting people off. Oh, you third shift?
Ooh, girl.
Buddy, you ain't the one, man.
You didn't make the cut.
Wait, man, because I know somebody who's a third shifter temporarily, and I kind of think he kind of cool.
Baby, you said you would answer that man phone call at 10. I said after 9:30, nobody phone calls.
I do not answer the phone for him, but I'm just saying it's temporary. So would you be willing to do that temporarily?
I wouldn't know that because at the first sign of him saying, "Oh, I work third shift," you cut. Like, that's how intentional I am right now. Cut it.
Lily, you a millennial?
Hey, girl.
This is it. This is the definition right here. That's how I know she's not a millennial, because we trying to find loopholes.
Yeah,
y'all finding loopholes.
Seeing people, they used to say seeing people. We are seeing each other. That's literal too, for the literal people like Chelsea.
Yes, I'm very literal. Yes,
I think seeing people is looking for the right person to date. Dating is intentionally seeking a long relationship and possibly marriage. I like that definition, Lily. What y'all think?
These young
That's what I was trying to say this whole time.
Everybody, they will see you for 8 years straight.
Mhm. They will.
Don't I know it?
They will.
They love
We know it.
they love the scene phase because they
And then
want to
you have the ones
see
that'll try to
if
date you
you
for
the
an
right
additional 8.
one.
Mm.
No.
Because they still trying to see if you the one, and they know you not. Like,
Mm-mm.
But that's
No.
also
that's
on
why
you
it's
because you
just
allowed yourself
I.
to be seen for 8 years.
Is
Absolutely.
it me?
Yeah,
Am I the problem?
men. The trick is men know way before we do. I don't care what anybody say. They know whether they gonna sit with you or set with you. Sit with you or set with you. That's the old folks saying.
Mm.
I think that women know too. I think that we just don't like to admit it. Men are willing to admit it a little bit faster.
We like to
We
gaslight
don't,
ourselves.
but if we get into those things like we were talking about earlier, you get intimate or you let down a guard you shouldn't have let down. Everything's it's been 8 years, but I can't let him go because it's been 8 years. Who else? I'm gonna start over with somebody brand new after 8 years.
And
You
will.
know I'm not.
I don't know,
I'm
y'all.
4 years.
I'm at a point where it's like I start over. I'm okay.
Now, millennial, young whippersnapper, of course you will.
Tenderoni.
Fresh. Tenderoni, yeah. You say that 12 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is
Had a
somebody
It's a lot
child.
who done
different.
played with you.
And
It was
It's
a
a
lot
lot
you.
different.
Because
I
even
hear
at
you.
this point, I'm 32, and 8 years means I'll be 40. I'm probably gonna be stuck with him. Y'all just gonna have to like
You
him.
done took my 30. Oh, he gonna have to like
Oh, you're
me.
32, sis. He
Cause
took a
where
pause.
you think you going? We in
Jasmine
this for
said,
life,
yes, I'm gonna start
sir.
over. Now I know Jasmine, I know her and Ray the same age, so that's dumb.
You
Them,
know, y'all
We
them
gonna
got
start
almost
over.
Gen
kids,
Zers.
I'm
Y'all
not
probably
settling. I
yeah.
told y'all
Lies.
last time. I am not settling. I am not settling. I'm not settling. I'm not settling. I'm not settling.
Don't settle. Sis, don't
Mhm.
settle. That's the book that just came out. Don't settle.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope. My grandmama left her single.
I'm
I
not
do the
settling
same.
either.
Period,
I'm not.
Lily.
No,
Period. I'm not
this is
dating
not
nobody
my
for no
man.
8 years without the next step commitment.
I feel
Not
that.
doing it.
Mhm.
You don't even let them waste your time like
Mm-mm.
that.
Mhm.
No, that's why it's cutoff
And there's
season.
nothing wrong
All
with
season
asking for what
long.
you want and demanding what you want. Like if this isn't going anywhere, then allow me to find someone who's
Somebody
going to meet
Mhm.
what I want, what my standards are. Because what?
That's how I know my man don't work third shifts. It's
Here
simple,
she
but
go.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. It's
Temporary.
so
Maybe he's
simple.
working towards first shift. Oh my gosh.
Temporary.
I said what I said.
Maybe it's
He
his
working
Not my
third
man.
business.
shift
I
because
like
it's his
sleep.
business.
That's what I just said. Maybe it's
It's
his
his
business.
business.
Maybe that's when
Yes,
it's
I
supposed
He's
to
trying to
said
be.
run it
what
up
I
real
said.
quick.
Yeah,
She
say
said
let
what
me
she
help
said,
you
y'all.
advertise, but you're not my man.
Mm.
Well, he might be mine.
Or mine. The
Might
heck?
be
Send him over
yours.
here.
I don't mind a
Over
third
here.
shift. You work hard.
But you do know they
Not
say third
mine.
shifters die faster, die sooner.
Oh, I don't
Really?
want that. Oh
Yes.
gosh.
And people
He
with
sounded
third
more
shift
and
be
more not
depressed, they
like
be
my
having
man.
anxiety, they be having emotional issues because they don't sleep
Mm,
right.
honey.
Mm,
Yes, told you that's not
Mm,
my man.
Overweight, bad eating habits.
mm.
yeah.
The list
Why we
goes
got not
on,
agree to
Gigi.
that one? This one. We must all know a third shifter.
I do. A few of them.
But
No,
no, but that is being intentional. It sounds silly, but I'm so dead serious. Like, because all those little things trickle down to other things.
Yeah, true.
So do you think that's equivalent to saying we way past time? Do you think that's equivalent to saying like dang. I don't know what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Third
Antoine.
shift equivalent to saying
Ooh, I gotta plug up my laptop.
I don't know what I was gonna say, guys. Sorry. Antoine said he's tuned in.
What up?
Hey, Antoine.
Antoine, what is your definition? This AG. What's your definition of dating? And what do you or whichever one you want to answer? What do you describe as intentionally dating as a man? We need to know. We need to know, AG. I wish I could think of my thought while he's typing. Third shift equivalent to.
Ooh, my phone just went on do not disturb. It's a wrap for y'all.
Third shift equivalent to. I'm gonna think of it when this is over. It sucks.
Let me tell y'all a
I got
story.
it. Okay, tell us.
We went to the Women in Wealth Gala, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're
We were
cleaning up, and AG must have said my name on the microphone, Rayaja. I turned around like, who calling my name? Who in here know me like that? That's my story. It was just funny. Hey, AG.
I thought there was more to it. AG is a DJ, y'all. So that's how we know him.
I don't think I
No.
ever met AG, so hello.
I hope
It
he
just threw
answers.
me.
Because it
It
would be
threw
nice
me.
to have a
That's
male's
so
perspective
funny.
of what they think dating is, especially intentionally dating. Because I don't know if men think of intentionally dating. Justin, are you on here? Justin has a good perspective of intentionally dating. Because he told me
Justin.
that when men be ready, oh, they be ready. And
I
it's
think
like,
I think they do well
wife,
at it.
wife,
We the ones just
wife.
flailing.
That's what Justin said. Justin Wright, if you
No,
want
I
to hear.
think they think they well at it.
She put that whole man name out there.
Lynn, you said that
There's a lot of Justins in the world.
he'll be all right. His name would have popped up if he was on here anyway. Lynn, you did say that the men are better pickers when I had my moment last week or one of them weeks about dating and men and
So
picking.
let me expound on that. So I don't want to say like men are expert pickers, blah blah blah. When I say they're better pickers, like
Decisive.
they're more decisive on their pick.
Yeah.
And once they go for it, they go for it. They go for people that make sense, not necessarily like feelings wise, but they go for a full like whatever their picture is. Like, yeah, I could build with her. She cool looking. Yeah, that's fine. And then they'll settle down with us. We'll be like, yeah, he cool looking. He nice. I like spending time with him, but
I don't know.
nah, he ain't got no tattoos, so no, I can't mess with him. Can't settle
So you're
down
saying we're
with him.
superficial?
I think saying people work third, I wouldn't date somebody who works third shift is superficial.
Absolutely.
Stuff like that.
At least you know
And I
yourself.
still
though.
stand on that. Mm-hmm.
I'm mad. Jasmine said, Lily, I would say it's more so setting boundaries in the beginning and not laying down the rules. A lot of us make rules, but when the rules are broken, we get upset. We have to be willing to go forward with removing them as they cross the boundaries. How y'all feel about rules?
I think it depends on.
Exactly what she said. Rules. That's what we make them, rules.
We be breaking our own rules too.
No, I won't. You can't call me after 9:30. It's 9:35.
Oh, he calling me. I gotta go.
It's 9:35.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I feel like that's the slipperyest slope of opening up yourself to danger, like setting a boundary and then letting them go past that boundary because you've gotten this close with them.
Why do we set the boundaries in the first place?
I think that it doesn't matter if you call them boundaries or rules; they literally the same thing. And I think that as long as you stick by them, it's cool. Is the minute you fold is when it's no longer any good.
Mm-hmm.
My mom always says, like, I told people they can't call me after 9. She still holds people to that. Like, she's held my dad to that. Like, you can't call me after 9. And she said what she said. And that was a rule that never was bent. It never was broken. And a boundary that was never crossed. Doesn't matter how far along in the relationship they got. No matter who you is, that's my boundary. And it's hard. So I don't really agree with the concept of letting down your boundaries. Because then if you let down one, then it could be possibly expected of you to let down others.
Absolutely.
I agree.
But I guess my thought is, do we always know why we are setting boundaries? Right? Like, I think like your mom's rule is obviously like her rule for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I think people set boundaries because that's what they think that they're supposed to do, or it sounds good. It's what they homegirl said to do, or they're trying to prove a point. But I think in order for you to, I would imagine it would be, I hear her laughing. It would be easier to maintain a boundary and enforce a boundary if you know your why and as to like, why are you actually have this boundary in place?
Agree.
You know?
Agree.
Something to reflect on for everybody, myself included.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
we all said our phones go on do not disturb at 7, 9, 10. I don't know what that's about. Lynn, right? I mean, Chelsea. Lynn's phone computer died. 9, 10. Anyway, what's up?
Oh, mine is my sleep schedule. So like my phone does it goes to sleep at 9, and so it goes in the sleep mode because it knows what time I usually wind down.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
But we all talk about our phones being on do not disturb at least after 9. Like, why?
Why?
Girl,
Because I want to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm typically in the house by 6:30. I'm making dinner.
Accent.
I am
6:30.
am in the process. Before I even moved here, I was in the process of eating my dinner without being on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that? Put the phone on do not disturb. After dinner, I'm in a deeper process of winding down. I'm on my couch. I'm watching TV. I'm watching a movie. I'm reading. Whatever it is, I'm not being disturbed. 8:39, I'm asleep. What is there to talk about? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my why. More self-time.
For me, it is my phone just kind of automatically started to do it. It started as I wanted to find a way to disconnect from apps after a certain time because it was messing with my sleep.
That's good.
But also I don't like getting waken up in the middle of the night from random text messages, group chat alerts. No one calls me in the middle of the night. And if someone calls me in the middle of the night, it's typically an emergency. And so at this point in my life, if I get a call at some random time in the morning during the time when my phone is on Do Not Disturb, then it's one of my favorites, and my favorites are my close family and my close friends. And I know it's an emergency, and I actually did have an emergency happen a few months ago where I got a call at 2 o'clock in the morning about somebody going to the hospital, whatever. And so that's really my reason. I'm not super rigid on like nobody can talk to me after a certain time. Like if I'm up, I'll talk to you. If I'm up and I like you, I'll talk to you. Now, if I'm up and I like you and we talk regularly and I think you're going to be consistent, then I'll go through the effort of going to my settings and put you on my favorites, right? But that's a process.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's for me is more so it is because I'm winding down at that time, but typically I have an attitude shift at about 8. Okay. And at 9, it can get real bad. Depends on the day. Depends on the kind of day I had, right? And so I just don't think people deserve that. And so I have to consciously be like, I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. And if it rings and I feel like I'm in a good space, then I can talk to you. But if not, then I won't. Now, why do I have an attitude at 9 o'clock at night? Because I'm sleepy. Like, really, that's what it is. It's just I'm sleepy. I'm tired. The day I'm doing homework or something like that. My brain feels like it's about to explode. So I just put on Do Not Disturb. And so I do that for other people. It's more so for people. It's not for me. Because some days you don't want to talk to me after 9. And that's just being realistic. You know, y'all know. So, yeah. I don't know what happened to Lynn, but AG did respond to us.
What did he say?
That's very true. She said our friends are even intentional. Okay, so AG said you can experience things with anybody. So going to a movie isn't a date unless your motive is to be with the person you're taking. So we know that. We talked about that, but we want to know, like, how do you guys define the motive, I guess? Is the question. Like, we know that you can just go, that's seeing. That's what Lily described as seeing someone. But when you're done seeing people and you start to look for her, like, what does that look like from the male perspective? And Lily said, our friendships are even intentional. And that is a big, big, big fact. He said we don't look for her. AG, we done talking to you. What you mean we don't look for her? I don't.
Yeah, that's. Come on, man. You got to get more than that.
That's not substance.
Really, AG?
He said dating is intentional. Let me scroll the comments.
Not intentionally looking for her.
Oh, he said if it's not intentional, it's not dating. Okay, I guess that's a little bit more. Okay.
So that's like what she said, what Miss Lily said.
Yeah. But that's what we said too. He said we don't look for her, we find her. Okay, well, why you didn't put that in one sentence? This is what we're talking about. That is one sentence. Like come across. Okay, that makes more sense. So when you're hunting, you're hunting. When you're not, you're not. Is that what you're saying? Ooh, I was nervous for a bit.
If it seems like it's just like when you know, you know.
Yeah. Like
I don't necessarily know if that's
know, I
hunting.
guess. Like we were saying, now they don't.
I don't feel like he's saying that we hunt. He's like, when I meet the one, I'm gonna know she's the one, and I'm gonna
like
go
she
for
just gonna
her.
fall out the sky into your lap.
That's what men
No,
think.
you just gonna walk
Yes.
past her at
That
the
is
grocery
not what
store.
the Bible say. The
You
Bible
just
say,
walk
"He
past
that findeth." That means you got to search, because to find something, you got to search for
Well, I
it.
guess to be like if you're looking, if you're
Nah.
finding, if she falls out of the sky, you have to be available for said person. So you're
Not
always
all the
looking.
time.
Wait, what?
Uh,
Ray?
You have to be looking. You have to be aware.
Okay.
Because I lost the AirPod and I didn't search for it. That don't mean I found it. You know what I'm
Lord.
saying? But 2 weeks later, I could walk past the bathroom counter and see it right there all alone.
Mm.
You just have to be aware of
You were
what's around
subconsciously
you.
looking for it.
Mm.
You just weren't. It wasn't first of mind. It
Yeah.
wasn't at the front of your
Yeah.
mind, but you were looking for it. Because if a month passed, you would have said, "I still ain't found my AirPods." Found
True.
keyword, which means you were searching. You were looking for it, not
Mhm.
consciously, but
You were
still-
available. Like
Yeah.
you're making
Bigger
yourself
picture.
mentally available to meet the person if that person just so happens to come across you. But you're always looking or hunting, whatever, however you want to characterize it. You find it the wife, not a girlfriend. Can we put Lily's comment up? That's funny.
Why am I not saying these things, guys? Oh, I still don't know how to work this stuff.
To find, you have to
Comments.
look. You can't just find something without looking, AG. Come on now. How you find something? Oh, wait, Lynn right there.
Hey, Lynn.
Welcome back.
Hey y'all,
You
y'all
got to
made my
read these
laptop
comments.
die.
AG is off the hook.
Wait. Whoever said they don't. What did he say? They find her. What does that action look like? Because that's a question.
I think it looks like going through the store, minding your business.
No, because you know she ain't gonna say nothing. 90% of women are not gonna be like, "Oh,
But it's not up to them. It's not up to the woman to say something. But you minding your business, she minding her business. I walk past you and I say, "Oh, I want to talk to her," and you talk to her, and it can be like, "Oh, this
That's
it,
my wife.
this it,
Found her.
y'all. I
No.
found her."
you still had to be looking."
Subconsciously.
No, because if you're okay, for example,
Sorry.
we can say we not looking for a man all we want, but when we on the phone, we walking through the store, you be like, "Oh, he was cute, ooh, head on a swivel, looking all around the store, looking at everybody's husband, all the men's walking around, right?" But you say you're not looking. It's the same concept. Men do the same thing. It's the same thing. Even though you might not be serious. Let's use that word. You might not be serious right now. So you might not be dating or seeing people seriously. You still looking, because if she walked past you, you might be like, okay, and you still might not intentionally be looking at her because you want to marry her or you want to date her. You might be looking at her because she got a fat butt and you just want to see what she's talking about. But eventually,
I don't agree.
what you don't agree with?
A comment that I see.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were about. Okay,
Let
so
me get out
yeah.
these comments.
But eventually, I mean, she might turn it to you. I mean, you have to be. I don't know. What's comment you don't agree with? So I can put it up.
The
Wavy
one about wearing
Johnson.
makeup equals looking for a man. I don't think when I put on makeup, I'm looking for
Y'all
a man.
always looking. That's why you wear. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Mm-mm.
Most people actually would agree that women get dressed for other women, but that's a different conversation.
Mm.
Wavy is just now joining us.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Wavy.
You going out with makeup equals looking for a man. I don't agree with that.
But I wonder if that's all men's perspective. Like the
I
men, do
don't
y'all
think
think
that
that we be out here doing this for y'all?
No, I
I
wear makeup because I got acne scars right here, and I don't want nobody to see it. It ain't got nothing to do with I want him to holler at me. It's because blend, baby, blend.
I really enjoy having my brows done. So like I like to have them like looking fire.
Yeah, baby,
Okay.
blend.
It really makes me feel good.
Blink. Now
Love when I look in the mirror.
And if Lynn was on here, she'd tell you she beat down her nose with that highlight. It's for her.
Period. Every time.
Because I'm pretty sure.
I appreciate your time,
like,
though,
is her
lady.
nose pink at the tip? I'm pretty sure y'all not trying to find it. But we do it for
Didn't even
ourselves.
see it.
No, you
But
don't
sometimes,
you
like,
gotta look good, period.
yeah.
Who is this young man? Who is this young man?
Y'all know him.
Mm-mm.
I
I
think
can't say
we.
his government name.
I think we. Did he? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say high school. I know you.
Y'all know him. Okay.
Y'all,
Oh,
this
she
conversation
back.
could go all night.
Perfect
Oh God.
person. Makeup queen. Why you wear makeup?
Because I'm an artist.
Period.
Mm.
No. No, I love the way I like the way makeup looks. I really like playing with it. So that's why I like makeup. It's not a vanity thing.
This.
I ain't hear the previous conversation. What am I defending? Because I defend a beat face any day with the natural face.
First,
on.
Lily said our makeup is equal to a man's grooming of their shoes. Lynn, this
Or
is
their
what he said.
haircuts.
Look,
Who's this?
Y'all always looking. That's why. Oh, that's cute.
You want to talk about mama?
You want to talk? I think so.
Y'all, is that
That's a really cute opinion. That's a really misogynistic old opinion, because if that's so, what is drag queens?
Come on,
That's
and
art.
they are beat.
that's art.
Down, honey, down.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to a drag show, I'm trying to impress the I ain't trying to find no man, honey. I'm trying to get the yes from
deeper and say, like, even with girls that get their bodies done, I genuinely do not think it's because they got their body done for men. They were unhappy with themselves.
Because of women, we do all this stuff performatively wise for women. It's a toxic trait.
Yeah.
Because men generally, they like all the bellies and all this natural. They love a woman's natural body, and so I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Women will tear you down though for having, oh, look at her jiggle wiggle and wiggling right there. It should be wiggling up there. She got the wiggle in the wrong place.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yeah. I don't agree with this statement either. Now we need some different men on this.
Now.
AG, it is more
Go to
women
your
at the
local
singles
city.
night because there are more women in the world, and men don't like rejection. Two different things. So that's why it's more women at the singles night.
Also, because men like seeing, they go find one and they go find one. I think, I don't know if the opinion or if the statistic about women overpowering men is true anymore, because I seen something denote that earlier this last week. But women are actively looking for love, that Disney love, and men is like,
He said, "Bless y'all ministry."
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Good night, AG.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Amen, brother.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand on girls don't wear makeup for men though.
I agree.
Because I think we
No.
all of us know that men don't like makeup. So I don't think that even makes
That's not true either. They be lying. They love makeup.
I don't think the men enjoy fakeness. They want you to wake up that way, and that does not happen. And so I think that's why they don't enjoy makeup. They do enjoy the way you look with it on, but they don't enjoy the way you look with it off. And so they would rather have you with it off so they know what you really look like. I get it. Because these girls be contouring their faces, creating new characters. Okay? I feel it.
That's
He
the
said,
makeup.
This young man, Wavy Johnson, is funny.
Lord.
Yeah.
Mm.
You gotta find a different crowd though, Wavy, because we don't wear makeup like that. That kind of makeup. I don't know. Use something else. Heels, maybe? Heels. We know men love heels. So we wear them.
I like the way
wear
that
heels, less
heels.
for a man and more for y'all. I will
For
tell a man,
Yeah,
no,
for
in a
sure.
second.
If
We're
my girls
not
are wearing
going there
heels
if
and I'm
I
wearing
have to wear
heels.
heels.
I
But
can't be
that's
the only
not,
one
that's
that
not
does it.
tied to the heel thing though. Because if Lynn says she wearing sneakers, you better believe I'm gonna be like, yes, and I'm wearing them.
I'm not.
Them shoes all day.
I still would rather wear a pair of high heels.
I like the way my legs look.
I think you would.
I
And
love
that's
heels.
so crazy. I have more sneakers in my closet than high heels, but I would rather wear high heels. Yeah.
But not to impress a man though.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
No.
I don't think that men get it though. I don't think I don't do any of those things to impress a man. Like I smell ice for myself.
I might blink at you a little different.
I don't know what I do. Let me think. What do I do to impress men? What goes on my face depends on what I'm wearing. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. If I have on a bomb outfit, I'm putting makeup on because it just goes with the character that I'm playing that day.
If we going to a baseball game, yeah, I ain't gonna put no makeup on for a baseball game. It's hot outside. That's
eyebrows
no
and
difference,
mascara.
and that's
No
dressing
makeup.
appropriate. But anywhere else, I'm beating this face down.
So what it sounds like is, Wavy, you need to choose your dates better. Take her to the beach. If she wear makeup to the beach, nix her.
No, he attracted to the girls that wear makeup to attract him because he attracted to the makeup. You can't be mad at what you're attracted to. You're attracted to that full face beat down,
That's
baby.
a you problem.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have that issue. She wearing all that makeup because you like it. You right. That is why she's wearing it, but you're attracted to it too.
Yeah. You mentioned it. You noticed it. Like if you really didn't care about it, you wouldn't notice it. It wouldn't be. And if you're dating girls with so much makeup on that you notice it, if that's your excuse, then that's a problem too.
Or if they look different after they take their makeup off, that's also a you problem since we're using that statement this time. Y'all got to be careful. You know when a girl have on a lot of makeup, but you thought, oh my gosh, she's gonna look the same after she takes off this cake of layer of, and you could tell. Y'all could tell now. There's so many TikToks and YouTubes, and you scroll down, you listen. Half these men know how to beat a face. I don't care what they say.
Yeah,
it's everywhere. Y'all like the women with the makeup. It's fine. They cute.
You could do what Jasmine said. Just stay away from the girls who wear makeup. All the girls don't wear makeup. None of us have makeup on right now.
Sure don't.
Just find a girl who don't wear it. It's a lot of girls who don't wear makeup, and they pretty.
I ain't see it. What it say?
I didn't mean to share it.
Yeah, I think, sir, the best advice for you from all of us and the women in the comments as well is to just not select one that has makeup on. If you go into a location that has the woman with the makeup on, go look to your left a little bit further. You'll find one without makeup. Approach her.
And it's
so change your outcome.
Oh yeah, maybe change where you get them at. Maybe meet them at the beach, like she said. Then you see how they look before they put the makeup on,
body and all.
Body and all.
Ain't no girls at the beach.
You know, we should really.
Is she scared to get in the water? If she's scared in the water, you already know she ain't the one.
She not adventurous.
Yeah, that's a good one because even the hair.
That's what I was thinking. That lace front is gonna go floating. Now, she might have that good glue, but then she got money, so you might want to still be with her.
Yeah, because that thing ain't go. It's not gonna come off when you know it, and when she wake up at all. So you will never know when it comes off.
No,
to you, it's her scalp.
Who has time?
Play Disney all day. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's late, and she get up at 5.
They getting a little spicy in these comments.
A little bit.
Oh, I can't see them. Oh,
I love the
I like the sprinkle of seasoning.
Yeah, the moral of the story is life partner or nah. Clearly, I want a life partner who wears makeup. So, ladies, if you're looking and you wear makeup, exit stage left. Otherwise, I mean, I'm gonna go with life partner. Chelsea, what you thinking?
I would like a life partner. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Life partner me.
Yeah.
Make them put a ring on it.
Hey,
if you wanna marry me.
I don't think that is not as I'm going to do.
Yeah.
That song is telling you to break your boundaries.
Oh, I don't know the words to it. I just know that part.
Lily said life partner. Okay, sis. AG, life partner or nah?
Yeah, I would love to see everybody's comments.
Wavy, life partner or nah? And we know she can't wear makeup or weave, but other than that, life partner or nah? Jasmine, what's up? Tell us what y'all think in the car. Tell us what you think in the comments. Very good, very good. Well, we thank y'all for joining us. Like, no matter life part, see, everybody at the end of the day, we all agree with the same thing, right? Everybody wants somebody. That's right, Lynn. Like, and we have all of these jaded perspectives of what we want, what we think we want, and most of the time, we end up with people who we didn't even think that we were going to end up with.
With makeup on.
With makeup on. You petty Betty. Oh, Jasmine said life partner in the long run or right now. Wavy said right now. Oh, you want one right now? You gonna have to loosen up then.
A little bit.
Yeah, she can't wear no makeup or no weave.
Hey, she can't even be artistic. You better loosen up. Because we is in a time where these girls wear this makeup.
And butterfly lashes. So
unacceptable.
And you can't have butterfly lashes without makeup. Some type of makeup on.
They lucky they didn't catch me when I was in my 20s. I'd have had some butterflies.
Y'all gotta let it go.
Ooh, I love those things. They're so cute.
Y'all gotta let it go.
I'm done with
Why you laughing? Y'all gotta let them lashes go. Now you can wear lashes because we all got our lashes.
I don't have my lashes.
No, I don't have lashes on anymore right now.
Oh, you don't?
I don't have any lashes on.
Sis,
guys, this lashes look so good.
I am taking a break. You know, and I don't even want to call it a break anymore because I had lashes on. I had Gel X nails, which I would definitely recommend those, even over like a hard gel builder nail. I cannot do it, y'all. I can't do the hair, the lash. I can't do it for too long. Event only. That's it. And that's pushing it because it's too much.
I just decided on my routine with that.
Hold on, pause. Let's address this. Any of that I don't know. I think he's trying to say everybody sees that y'all problem making assumptions on just me telling the truth. We're just kidding with you, literally. Yeah. We're just having fun. Like whatever your preference is, your preference.
No problem.
That's your business.
It's bedtime. Ain't no need to be all tight like that.
Yeah, we talking about that. I put on makeup every day, sir. I'm talking about myself. I love me some makeup.
Yeah, like stuff like this. Like it's not that deep. We ain't that deep out here. You know, we just out here trying to have some fun, spark some conversation, get some opinions. It's never that deep. The girls wear lashes because they make them feel cute, and whatever reason they make them for, or why they use them over in the other countries, it's their business. But over here, these lashes is gonna be done, okay? And hopefully, my boyfriend will pay for them soon.
I'm trying to figure out.
What you trying to figure out?
This deep.
Come on, face. What you trying to figure out before we go?
No, they put her in grandma mode.
Y'all done made Ray go in deep thoughts.
It's been a nice, lovely night.
I don't know if we need to.
We don't have to It's not
that
deep, baby. Like I always say, life is not that deep.
It's like a box of chocolates.
Like, do what you do, love what you love, like what you like, who you like, and mind your business.
I'm gonna just wrap up the conversation. Yeah, I think we should just wrap up the conversation by highlighting how amazing Lynn's lighting is right now. Like, girl, you are freaking glowing.
It is.
You turn the camera back on, and I'm like,
she blushing and all.
She's not.
Come on, lighting.
Oh, okay, lighting. I can't really see because I switched to my phone.
Y'all must got white bulbs.
I don't know what it is. All right, y'all. I'm hungry and I gotta put the Tyler to bed.
Oh, it's 9:40, baby. You cannot eat this late. It's over. You might as well just fast for the night. Good night, y'all.
Get a fruit. Get a cup of fruit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Some oatmeal, maybe. That'll be okay. A protein shake.
I do have some protein shakes. I had one for breakfast. It was good. It was really good.
I'm gonna call you to make sure you don't eat.
I'm about to eat.
Let's get off these.
It is what it is.
See y'all later.
Good night, y'all. Thanks for sharing the night.
He's still talking.
Talking to himself.
Good night, y'all.
Child.
They're not in the bed in the tub.
Good night, child. What the heck is going on?
I'm trying to end it.